Yo, what's good, people? It's Cactus, and we're back again with the Cactus Convos. This is episode 2, but it kind of feels like episode 1 because the first time it was more of a test run with my boy Alistair Nash. So if you haven't checked that out, then definitely listen to that one because we do go through some marketing gems in that one. But for today, I've got my guy Dixon Beats. For anyone that doesn't know, Dixon Beats is a sick producer. He's been killing it on YouTube for a while. He's almost got his 50k subscribers, so he's about to get half a plaque. Hopefully, anyway. But what's good, Dixon?
What are you saying, bro? You good, yeah?
Yeah, I'm all good, man.
Happy to be here, man.
Yeah, it's good to have you on. I know we've been chatting for a minute on Instagram, sharing some ideas back and forth as well. So I thought it makes sense to jump on the podcast and then we can share the ideas with everyone so everyone can pick up some gems.
Yeah, man. I'm down. Let's do it.
Yeah, just so everyone knows as well, there's a little bit of lag in the connection. So if you hear like a bit of a pause in between or if we're speaking over each other, then that's because of the lag. I'm still trying to figure this podcast thing out. The first one wasn't too great. This one's going to be better. The quality's a bit better, but hopefully by the next one, I can get that all sorted. But yeah, I think we might as well start right from the beginning, Dixon. Like, take me way back to a young Dixon and what made you get into music. Did you play any instruments when you were young? Did you just have a passion for music? Like, how did it all start?
Yeah, man. Like many moons ago, I used to hang around with this group in my area. That was called the E&R Twins. They're quite known in Birmingham.
Yeah.
They actually run the Birms is Grime Instagram page now, if you know that. I was hanging around with them, and they just influenced me to get into music. I went to a college called Access to Music, and Lady Leisha. Have you heard of Lady Leisha?
Yeah.
Yeah. She was like in the year above me in there. So like seeing her and the E&R Twins, and now just making so sick music in Birmingham at that time, and I thought, yeah, I want a bit of that. And I just got into it. And I've not really been too much on like instruments. Like I can play like basic keyboard, and this thing makes it a lot easier to play everything as well. But that's just how I got into it, really. And then as time went on, I just got more into it. I joined some group called FRB as well. I was in this group called Invasion in Birmingham. With you had a JK.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, he was in it, so I was around them guys, and it's just inspired me in it just to keep pushing in music. So that's how it started, and then I got into the YouTube stuff later on.
JK is huge as well right now, isn't he?
Yeah, man, he's absolutely killing it, man. He's just, that's what I'm saying, being around that energy and around them people and like Depths, man, and that, it's like properly inspiring, and it's like carry on going. And then I took a left really with this YouTube stuff because I thought it's more sustainable over time for a producer to do this kind of thing. But yeah.
That's just how it's got these days, isn't it? But do you think, like, just talking about JK real quick, because I feel like not many people were well known in Birmingham, but when JK came out, it kind of put Birmingham on the map a little bit. I think the first time I properly listened to him, like I'd heard of him, but I wasn't really syncing it in properly. And then I was watching an episode of Power, and then his tune Too Fake came on. I was like, right, he's made it onto Power. So I was like, let me check him out properly. And then, yeah, he's got some serious stuff, man.
Yeah, like before him, like in Birmingham, it's kind of like its own scene. Like everyone knows who was the originators, everyone knows who's on it now and who came first. Like before JK, like Socks was on it more with Lord of the Mics, and he actually joined BBK as well. Yeah, exactly. The forgotten guy,
yeah.
And he was first. Before that was like Leisha. Before that was like just some underground dons, like Invasion and like E&R Twins, like I mentioned as well, and Devilman as well, the original grime head from Birmingham.
Oh, of course, is Devilman from Birmingham? I didn't even know.
Yeah. So it goes back quite a long time. But yeah, JK, like mainstream wise, he killed it.
Yeah, is Mike Skinner from Birmingham? I don't know if he was.
Yeah.
Oh, is he? Yeah. Because he don't really have a Brummie accent, does he? I'm guessing, did he move away for a while or something? I don't really know his full story.
He moved to London quite early.
Yeah.
But he's from Birmingham originally. We'll take that one.
Yeah. I was watching he did a little documentary, and he was interviewing JK, and I think he was talking about being from Birmingham then. So that's how I found out. I didn't even know before that.
Yeah. The thing is, when you're in Birmingham, you know who's from Birmingham, and you like take ownership. Like, yeah, he's from here. You know, like I'm Ozzy Osbourne and that. You know, like Rockheads from back in the day from Birmingham.
Yeah. Is it? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Because people from Birmingham get a lot of hate as well with the accent, but I think it's grown on people now.
Do you think I got a bad one?
Nah, it's. I mean, there's worse. There's worse. I can't say anything. I grew up in Huddersfield, man. I don't really have like a strong Yorkshire accent, but like people from Yorkshire get some stick with their accent as well, don't they? So I can't really say much.
Bro, you sound like you're from Manny.
Yeah, to be honest, like it's a bit of a weird one for me because I was actually born in Toronto, Canada. You would have never guessed, but I was born in Toronto, Canada. Then I moved to Huddersfield, out of all places, when I was like 3 or 4. And then I moved to Manny, like, man, I've probably been here between 8 and 10 years. But because my parents weren't from Huddersfield originally, I never really had the accent. I picked up a few things from like my friends, you know, just growing up, you kind of adapt to certain things, don't you? And you pick up the slang and everything. But I think because my parents don't have Yorkshire accents and I haven't been there like all my life, I never really like just picked up like a strong accent. So I've got like bits from everywhere. Like sometimes people clock the Yorkshire in me and then sometimes people clock the Manny in me. No one ever clocks the Canadian side. Say that again.
Have you heard of Trey Mission from Canada?
Trey Mission.
He was on
It rings a bell,
mics.
but I can't picture it.
He was sick, bro. Sick. Canadian grime artist. Can you believe?
Yeah. Oh, that's man.
Sick, bro.
Because like Toronto was popping for a while in the music scene, obviously with Drake, and then like quite a few other artists came up, didn't they? So Toronto was like huge at one point for music.
Famous drill artist Drake.
Yo, Drake loves the UK scene, doesn't he? And he's jumped on a few drill tracks.
Any scene that's popping, he loves. Culture, any vulture, that's what they call him.
Yeah. He knows what he's doing though. It works for him.
It's clever.
Yeah. I know that last drill tune that he put out, it was M1 on the beat, wasn't it?
I'm not sure. Was that the one we were speaking in Arabic and that?
I think so. There was one on. It was the one with Heady One.
Yeah, that's that one.
Yeah, it was M1 on the beat. He's kind of young, isn't he? That was like a huge move for him.
Yeah, Joy, it's mad, you know, like you see these like young YouTubers like UK drill and then you find out what they're like 17, 18, 16, them kind of ones. And I'm like, yo, like it's just mad how young and successful people can get now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. How old are you right now, if you don't mind me asking?
I am big man, you know.
Well, you passed the 30 mark. Oh, you're 30, yeah.
30 now. Yeah.
I just hit 28.
Out here.
I'm not far off yet. Yeah.
Oh, you look young, bro.
Do you think? It's because I can't grow a beard. I keep the beard trimmed. That's what it is.
Yeah, man. Like, people are surprised when I say 30. They're like, oh, I thought he was like 23, 24. But I've been around for so long, bro. Like, this YouTube thing is just new for me. But instrumentals, if you go on any of my socials or anything, go back far enough, bro. It's like 10 years.
10 years, yeah. So is that how long you've been making music? Well, you said from school days, didn't you? So 10 music, that's how long you've been doing it.
If you go on my YouTube channel, you know, my main one that I use now, if you go to like when it was made, it was actually made 10 years ago. But I keep going in different directions with my YouTube channel. So like it started as like a beat channel. So I gained like 7,000 subscribers through that. But because I keep changing directions with it, I keep losing people. Do you get me? Like,
oh, right. Okay. You kept on switching it up.
Yeah. So because it's like a tutorial type of channel now, I've lost the people that just came to get beats. Do you know what I mean? So it's hard to keep it on. So yeah.
Did you have a separate channel, did you say, for beats? Or was it all on the same channel?
I made one recently, but the main channel now was the beat channel. And like that's what I'm saying. Because I've got like 44,000 subscribers. Yeah. Like a big chunk of them was from the early days wanting instrumentals. So they're not as active anymore. Do you know what I mean? So that's why like I've got 44,000 subscribers, but they're not really as active as 44,000 active subscribers. You know what I mean? Because like 7,000 of them just want beats, and I don't really push beats anymore. Do you know what I mean? We was talking about this before. You know, like when I post UK drill, some people just go there for UK drill. Some people just go there for future bass, things like that.
Yeah. So when I thought about getting on YouTube, I was trying to just study the game and see what everyone was doing, and I didn't really know what to do at first. Like my beat channel. Like if you go way back on my beat channel, because I got into the scene like back in school as well, but I started off as a rapper. So I didn't produce at first. I made beats here and there and I was always around producers. So I saw how they did it and everyone was using FL. So I did use it and I produced some of my own beats back in the day, but I didn't really know what I was doing with it. Like I didn't really have any musical knowledge or anything. I was more focused on rapping. So on my beat channel, if you go way back, there's like music videos of me. And then I didn't post anything for years because I started working full time. And then it was only like maybe 2 years ago, I thought about getting back into it like seriously. So my beat channel is a bit of a mess as well because it's got some music videos on there and then just a couple beats here and there. And then I started posting consistently. And then I did actually post one tutorial on that beat channel, but then I thought it's kind of two different audiences, isn't it? Because when you're doing tutorials, you're targeting producers. And then if you're posting beats, you're targeting rappers. So I posted that one
Bro, I didn't
tutorial and I
realize
thought,
that. I
say
didn't
that
realize
again.
that for the longest time, I didn't realize it because I thought, oh, this is my channel. Whoever subscribed to it will just want anything that I put out. So, bro,
Yeah.
at one point I was putting out vlogs and then I was doing beats and then I was doing tutorials. And I was thinking, yo, why I'm not getting as many views as I normally do on these certain ones. And I
Yeah.
realized people only just come for certain things. And it's like people that you're subscribed to, you might see a title on one of their videos and you're going to click it more than you would another title. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I think that's the main thing. That's what I've learned from other people. Whenever I've had the chance to speak to anyone that's been real successful with YouTube, they've always said like, just make sure you stick to one lane. Do you know what? It was actually, I was like, I did that first tutorial and then I couldn't think. I was like debating for so long whether to start a new one or not. I don't know why it took me so long to decide, but then I saw Busyworks Beats was on Instagram and obviously he's like a YouTube legend and he posted something like, I'm answering DMs for the next hour. So I sent him a message saying, I've got a beat channel. I basically told him the situation. I've got a beat channel, but I wanted to start doing tutorials. I wanted his advice to see if I should start a new channel. And he was just like, 100% start a new channel. So I was like, all right, if Busy says start a new channel, I'm starting a new channel.
But he can take full credit for your whole career now. Yeah.
Yeah. So
All
hopefully
down
he's
to him
watching.
now.
Shout out Busyworks Beats.
Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. That's how you're killing it with your channel because you're like mostly focused on UK drill in it. So every like subscriber you get, is going to be UK drill orientated. So whatever you
Yeah.
put out UK drill, your whole audience is going to be like on that in it.
Yeah. I think that that's partly why like the success has been there. It's weird though. It's because like I didn't really grow up. Obviously, drill hasn't been around for like that long. Well, I guess it has from like Chicago drill scene. But I don't actually listen to a lot of drill music. Like when I was spitting back in the day, I'm on boom bap. Like I grew up in the era of like Nas and like late '90s, early 2000s hip hop. So that was my kind of thing. Like I'd always spit on boom bap beats. I did some grime like back in the day, but drill was never usually my thing. But when I started getting into production, like again, like just a year or two ago, obviously drill was popping. So here and there, like I'd try drill beats. And then whenever I did a drill beat, they got the most response. And then when I did like a drill tutorial, that got a lot of like response as well, a lot of views. So I thought, you know what, like I might as well stick with what's working and what's popping right now. So it's a weird one.
Yeah,
I
man.
don't
Like
listen
it's
to
like
a lot of
jumping on a
drill
trend.
music, but
It's like jumping
yeah,
on a trend and then like falling in love with the trend. Then do you know what I mean?
yeah. So it's a fun one to produce. Like obviously boom bap's all right, but obviously you use samples a lot of the time, so you can run into problems with that. But I feel like drill is almost like a geeky producers kind of vibe because you can do so many things with the production, like all the 808 slides, and you can get real technical with it, can't you? So I think it's like I don't know, it's a fun beat to make. You can get real crazy with it.
What's next though, man?
For
What's the
me,
next genre?
or the next genre.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I still see drill evolving quite a bit. You know, like when how hip hop's evolved so much, and like it started off with like just sample boom bap beats, and then it can just go down so many different paths, can't it? Like you can get like rock hip hop, that you can get like trancey hip hop. Like there's so many different subgenres. I feel like drill still has that opportunity to have all of them like subgenres of drill, if you know what I mean. Because even now it's
Yeah.
evolved quite a bit in the UK. Like it was always them eerie piano beats that always sounded the same. But now you have like all the orchestral beats. Like I love making them orchestral beats, like them Chris Rich kind of vibes. So I don't know. I feel like drill
Yeah,
could
that's what I was
still
gonna
evolve.
say.
Mm,
I've seen it evolve already, like from like you said, some like creepy like piano type of chords and that. Now you
yeah,
can get like like real deep, like emotional type beats, but it's got like drill drums over it as well. So you can tell like a story rather than it's just
yeah,
like drill, drill, drill. Do you know what I mean? It's like there's a storyline behind it. There's like
yeah,
different little pockets of drill at the moment, what I've heard.
yeah. So that's how I think it's gonna evolve in the UK at least over the next few years. I think. Have you heard
Mm.
that Nux tune, Home?
No, I don't think so.
Because when you were saying like it's like more of like a mellow drill beat, but people can tell a story. If you listen to that Nux track, Home, that's like the perfect example of it. And that's the stuff I love, because a lot of drill music is just about who's shanking who and do you know what I mean? It's just like the same stuff all the time. But I'm from the era of like lyrical content. So I want to hear some lyrical content. I want to hear a story or just bars, or I don't want to hear the same
Have you
stuff.
heard of Don Strapsy?
Yeah.
He does UK drill now, and he recently dropped a tune which is quite like a story type tune, and that's kind of like drilly as well.
Oh yeah.
So that's where I kind of got it from. Yeah, it's kind of like deep pads and that, but then you got that UK drill like skippy kind of beat as well. But he's telling a story.
I need to check that then. Yeah, that's my kind of vibe. Like if I'm gonna listen to drill, then I wanna hear some content at least. Unless I'm in the gym.
It's evolved already, like lyrical wise, because I might remember people used to just repeat things that were catchy. Now people are actually starting to say things like that will make you think about like maybe a storyline, or maybe it's just better lyrical. I think it's because maybe like grime artists or from other genres are jumping on and giving their aspect of like their take on drill.
Yeah, that's true in fact. And then you get everyone jumping on drill these days. Like even Drake. Like who would have expected Drake to jump on a drill beat? But like anyone can do it now.
If it's popular, Drake's on it, bro.
Yeah, trust me. But how about your placements as well? In fact, because I was having a look at your credits on Instagram. I know you did some work with Elro. I remember Elro was popping a few years ago.
Yeah, man.
Didn't he go viral at some point?
That was quite recent. Yeah, he went viral with SBTV when SBTV first went off.
Yeah.
He was just like, he was in it with everyone. He was chilling with Ed Sheeran. He was just up there, and he was doing like these spoofy kind of freestyles that are just funny. It wasn't too serious. And then it was weird. Yeah, like I think it might have been like a year ago now. I get his DM. Like I wasn't following him on anything. I didn't even know he existed still, to be honest. I get his DM from him, and I'm like, what is this? And he's just like, yeah, I like this grime beat called Judas that I made. And he's like, can I use it? I'm like, I thought Auro, grime. I didn't know what was going to happen, to be honest. I said, he was Auro. I said, yeah, just do whatever you want with it.
Yeah.
And he did a freestyle on it for JDZ Media. And it sounded fire. And then I've just been following him ever since now. We've been going back and forth and maybe a few collaborations, hopefully. But yeah, man, that Judas beat is crazy as well. Have you ever heard the Tansky freestyle part 3 on JDZ Media?
I might have, it's one of them ones where if it came on, I'd know it, but I can't imagine it right now.
Basically, yeah. I think it might even be the most viewed video on JDZ Media. It's got I think it's like 7 or 8 million plays. He used that My Beat Judas on there, and it just went off, bro. Like,
is that your beat with like 7 million views?
Yeah. 7, 8 million views, bro. Mad, yeah. But yeah, that's the beat that he asked for, and yeah, that's how I got that credit basically. And Lady Ice as well. Do you know her? You must know her, ain't Manny?
Yeah, Lady Ice.
Yeah. She's one of my credits in my bio as well, I think.
Yeah, I clocked that one, and then Flirty D as well.
She was asking for a beat because I had gave Manga from Roll Deep. I gave him a beat for his Red Bull freestyle, and then she must have seen that, and then she DM'd me asking me for a beat for her Red Bull freestyle.
No way.
At this point, I want commissions from Red Bull, but still no free energy drinks on that. But yeah, I gave her that, and it's quite fire as well, man. I'm quite lucky because with these tutorials and that, they take up a lot of time, so I don't make beats as much as I used to anymore, unless I actually make the beat in the tutorial and then put that out after. But yeah, luckily they just heard a couple of throwaways, and then the rest was history, really.
Man, that's crazy. So most of it came from YouTube. Are you
finding it anyway, making beats? Basic. How are you finding making beats and doing tutorials? Are you still making like beats on the side as well? Because there's not a lot of time in the day, yeah.
Yeah, I still am. It's harder though, because like you said, the videos take up a long time, man. Like obviously I'll cook up a beat like during the video. But I feel like I make better beats when I'm not filming, because when you've got a camera in your face and there's like a bit of pressure on because you don't want it to be too long. You think, I'm always thinking like, if I keep making this beat, like I'm gonna have to go through all this footage. And I do still make beats like on the side. I try to upload to YouTube like my beat channel every other day. So that's my schedule right now. I'll upload a beat every other day. And then I'm only doing 2 tutorials a week right now. I do Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I might at some point step it up, but like it's working for now, so I don't see the reason to. 'Cause I think
But
if you do like too many videos, you kind of don't give the other ones a chance to get the views that they need, if you know what I mean.
On the flip side of that, though, if I make a beat and I'm not recording, I think, wow, that could have done for quite a good video, innit?
Yeah, that has happened a lot, in fact, because you obviously want your best beats to be in the tutorials because that's what's gonna get the views, isn't it? When you make a banger.
yeah,
So
it's like
yeah,
setting a good example as well, like what can be done. Because if you're saying, oh, this is the way you should do this, or this way you should do this, and it doesn't sound great, people are like, well, why would they do that then if it doesn't sound great in your production?
yeah, that's true. Are you one of them guys that will cook up a beat in like 10 minutes, or do you spend like a long time on them, perfecting everything?
It depends what genre. Like, I just bounce from genre to genre, and maybe that's my like flaw, really. You know, with my channel, because I just bounce
Yeah,
around so much from different topic to different topics, so I don't really have many core viewers.
yeah,
But like, if I'm making like a future bass type tune, that takes a long time for me because it's not natural for me. Because when I first started producing, I started producing grime, very basic, strings and maybe a bass and some drums, and that was it. So
right.
then over time, when I've got into future bass and EDM and maybe dubstep, it's a bit more technical for me, like layering chords and side chaining and all that stuff. That takes hours for me. But if I was making like a drill tune or a grime tune, I knock them out quite quickly. If
Yeah,
it's just
yeah,
for like a video, but if I'm like mastering it and stuff, I like to take time like EQing and panning certain things. You know, if you're going to put it online.
right. Yeah,
How
yeah.
about yourself?
I still take a while, like there has been times where I've cooked up a beat like real quick, but I'm kind of fussy when it comes to sound selection. Like I don't like using the same sounds all the time. So like I probably spend too much time like actually flicking through like so many different packs. So that's why I started getting into sound design, because I wanted to just design my own sounds to use the sounds that I liked using. But yeah, sometimes I can cook up a beat quick, but sometimes I'll spend hours on it just because I'm kind of fussy with it. Like I might make a melody and then I'm not really happy with it and I wouldn't want to put it out. So then I'll scrap it and start again. So yeah, I'm trying
Yeah,
to get to that point.
I'm like an orchestral whore, bro. Like, I just use it for everything, especially in drill. Drill,
Yeah,
I can't push one out without there being some kind of orchestral element in there. It just
yeah.
sounds good to me, man. I just don't know what it is.
No, I'm the same. Like you'll hear in a lot of my beats, I'm always using like choirs. It's always the same. I like using choirs and strings, obviously pianos. Do you kind of study how like orchestras work and everything? Like, did you just have like a natural ear for it, or do you look deep into it and like study proper orchestras and see how everything's laid out and like how to build the right melodies for it?
Well, it is. I fell in love with like film score.
Mm.
Like them epic ones like Interstellar and Inception and them epic like Hans Zimmer, his name is, that
Hans
makes the
Zimmer,
best
yeah, yeah,
ones.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I fell in love with that and then brasses, and then I felt like I could implement that kind of into like whatever I do with like grime or drill. Try and make it
Right.
like an epic like story, like a build up and then boom. Especially with the brasses, whenever they hit, it's kind of like it's a movie on its own, and it depending in whatever genre you pull it in.
Yeah,
Have
yeah.
you ever
It
had a
sets
guy?
the mood.
There's a guy called 301 Circular, I think. I don't know where he's from. I think he
Yeah,
might be
he's
from.
from Hoods. He's from
Is
Huddersfield.
he?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, bro. He goes hard with the brass, like on every tune, but it sounds sick. It's like punchy every single time.
Yeah, yeah.
Skippy. Sick
I
is.
know which guy you mean. Yeah, he posts like every day on Instagram, doesn't he? Like them little
Yeah,
beat
yeah. His
videos. Where,
videos, these are his videos, yeah. Boom. Headphones on.
yeah,
Boom.
yeah,
Boom, boom,
yeah.
boom. Sick, bro. Sick.
That's what I started doing as well when I was trying
Mm.
to. It was like maybe like 2 years ago when I started getting into production again. I didn't really know like what to do with it. I knew we were in the age of like digital media and social media where we like had to post content, but I didn't really know what content to post. So I was trying bits of everything. I think everyone has to at the start. So that's how I started on Instagram, just doing them videos where you'd already made the beat and you kind of like replaying it almost like you would like a music video. Like it's not live, but you're just playing like the keys and stuff over it. And they look like, if you went
Do you
on
know what
my
it is?
Instagram and look back, they look shit. I've deleted most of them right now, but you have to start
Do you know what it
somewhere.
is,
You have
bro?
to,
As a producer, we've had to evolve in it because we was always like the silent partner in the tracks,
yeah,
like not seeing, not nothing. Maybe we pop up in the music video if we was lucky. But now, like we're like the spotlight's on us as much in it. We've got our own platforms, you know what I mean? We've got our own channels. People know us as a focal, and we're
mm,
even in the titles of most tunes now when we didn't even used to be. We didn't used to
yeah,
get
yeah,
credited, but now people know producers' faces now. Do you know what I mean? where before they just didn't used to know any of it. So with like social media the way it is now, you need to act like the main artist. Like you need to put your own videos out. You need to be showcasing yourself with your beats. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. We have to act basically as an artist, like you just said, don't we? We have to have our name everywhere, our face everywhere. Can't be behind the scenes anymore. I feel like that's where a lot of old producers slip up, because a lot of the people that have been producing for years, they don't realize it now, and they think it's still in the, like, they're still stuck in the old ways, if you know what I mean. Like, they don't really want to get the face on camera. They just want to do everything behind the scenes. But shit's changed now, man. Shit's
What it is,
changed a lot.
it might be a confidence thing, because you know a lot of producers, including myself, we're just like in ourselves, just want to do our music and then pass it
Yeah.
in, and hopefully it works. You know, some people are like antisocial, or just don't really want to connect with people, and I was like that myself. Like if you go far enough back in my YouTube videos, I was just like this like cripplingly shy guy in front of the camera. I was like, don't look at me, just listen to what I'm saying. You know what I mean? But now
But
it helps
most
you with
producers say the
confidence.
same. Like I was the same. I don't like being on camera. I'm shy. Like anyone that, obviously around like my boys and stuff, I'm fine. But you know, like in like social situations, sometimes I'm a bit quiet or whatever. So I think we're all the same, man. We're introverts, aren't we? We're like you said, we like to just sit behind our computer making beats. So it's
I think
tough.
it
But
helps with opportunities though, like, because if people know your face already and they've heard your voice on videos, you're more approachable, I think, rather than some dark, mysterious producer that no one knows about. People already
yeah,
put confidence in you. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, and you're more relatable as well. Like once people see you in your natural habitat, if you know what I mean, like just speaking normally, then people can relate to it. And because when you just see like these clips of people on YouTube or whatever, and it's like they've cut out all the stuff, they've filtered everything out, like you don't really get like a real sense of who that person is. But once you have some like longer form of content, like when we do tutorials and everything, it kind of,
Yeah.
I don't know, you give your personality away a bit more, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. People feel like they know you already, so they know how to approach you, kind of thing. So
Yeah,
like they know what your banter's like, they know what your personality's like, they know how to speak to you, rather than just, it's kind of like cold calling. Otherwise, they're just trying to hopefully relate to you. Do you know what I mean?
yeah. Why do you think it changed so much? Like, why do you think it came from producers being behind the scenes to having to get in front of cameras? Do you think it was because we weren't getting the credits that we deserved? Like, no one was like mentioning us in titles. Like, people were just sick of being behind the scenes, or do you think it's just because social media is so popular, so everyone just jumped on it?
I think that, yeah, we weren't getting enough credit. And even if we was getting credit, no one knew who he was anyway. So it didn't make no
Yeah,
difference. And then it's just the whole YouTube culture. Maybe it's like an ego thing as well. We're thinking, wow, they're getting all the limelight. How about we get our slice of the pie as well? And there's money in it as well. Let's not like shy away from it. You know
yeah,
what I
of
mean? It's
course.
just like a side hustle. Do you know what I mean? Like we can sell beats, that's fine. But if we can get ourselves in front of a camera, and we're going to make beats anyway, so why not just record it, throw it out there, monetize it, get different streams of income in, as well as getting paid from these artists as well, these rappers.
Yeah,
And then, yeah, and I think it's the age where you just have to be confident, you have to be bold. Otherwise, you're just going to lose the race, in my opinion. Unless you're like epic at making beats, and you know that, and you just pave the way that way. But to me, that's like an old-fashioned way of doing it.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, I agree. It's like as well, like hard work beats talent sometimes. Like I'm not the best producer in the world, but because I like spend so much time working on videos and like putting myself out there, like you start to see the growth, don't you? So I think hard work does beat talent sometimes. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
definitely, bro. I am far from the best producer out there. Like, I know what tools, I know what shortcuts I can take to make it sound a certain way. I got
Yeah.
this thing here, which helps me make chords and that now, so I'm nice.
How does that work, by the
But
way? I've never
yeah,
used one of them. Like, how does it
it's
make
good, you
chords
know.
for you?
You just make triangles, you know, like I don't know if you can see, but
Oh yeah,
like little triangles, and that's a chord, that's a chord, that's a chord. And these are like, I can play the piano better on here than I've ever been able to play it on there. And it's
really?
just fire, bro. It's really, really good. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What is it?
But
A launch pad? Is that what it's called?
it's called the Ableton Push, and so it's just like
Oh right.
Ableton specific. But yeah, it's really good. Like you can set it to a certain key. So say if I'm working in a key, I
Yeah.
can put it to that key, and I can literally touch anything kind of here, and it will just sound nice in the tune. Like I could just press random ones, and it will just work.
Oh, that's
Cheat codes,
sick.
bro.
That's sick. That's a little gem right
But yeah,
there. I need to try something
I'm
like
not.
that.
I'm far from one of the best producers. Like I see these other tutorials, and these guys are sick, like sick. And you can only aspire to be like those guys to
Yeah.
push yourself, to help you push yourself further in it. But maybe like if people see like my tutorials and think that, oh, I'm a better producer than him, hopefully that will inspire them to make their own channels. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right.
Or
And it's pointless
even
kind
if
of
they're not,
like comparing yourself to others and trying to compete with everyone else. You might as well just compete with
yeah.
yourself and just try to be the best that you can be. That's all we can do, really.
Yeah, I take pride in being like genre. Like I don't see many people out there that go to UK drill, do grime, go back into future bass, do a bit of dubstep, drum and bass, then go into lo-fi. Do you know what I mean? I take pride in that, like being able to, dabble in most things. Because some guys just like stick to one niche,
Yeah,
and it's whether they can do another one or not, who knows? Because they don't bother,
yeah.
branching out. But
No,
I
it's a
take
good
pride.
skill to have to be able to do all the different genres, definitely.
Yeah, because imagine having an artist in the studio and they're after something and you've never even tried it or even thought about it before. Whereas, more time I can just say, yeah, I've done that before. I can probably sort something out.
Yeah. Do you do many like studio sessions? Do you have artists around at your place, or do you work with any
Like,
artists closely?
not anymore. I used to go to my friend's studio to do that kind of thing. But with the internet now, it's not really necessary. I would love to, don't
Yeah,
get me wrong, because, when an artist is in, like I've seen some of your videos lately and you've had people over, yeah.
yeah.
Can bounce ideas around better in it rather than sending messages. Does this sound all right? Oh, you can do this. You just change this part. If you're there in the moment, like everything's bouncing around, you can change things instantly and you probably get better results that way.
Yeah. You can do. To be fair, that last artist that I had round, like that was a beat that I sent. But then when he came round, I had my boy round as well who plays keys and everything. And right then, because like in my eyes, the beat was done. But then because everyone was bouncing around ideas, we started making changes to the beat. And my boy's like sick on the keys. So he was doing, I don't know the name of it. Do you know when they smash the hand on the keys and then slide it down all of the keys?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know the name of it, but he was
Like a
adding
piano
all
roll,
like,
don't it?
yeah, pretty much. He was adding like organs, doing all of that on it. So it was like, yeah, it's good when you have more people in the room because you can definitely bounce more ideas off each other.
Yo, that used to be like the traditional definition of producer, like you didn't like you make the whole beat in it. Like
Mm,
you used to just get other musicians and you used to tell them the ideas. Like so you used to get a pianist to come in and say, listen, I want this chord, and you used to get someone on the strings to come and say, I want this. And you're kind of like doing the orchestra in it, where producers changed to doing it themselves now when that didn't used to be the case. Like Timbaland in the early days, he used to just get like people around in sessions to play the tunes for him basically. It was his
yeah.
ideas, don't get me wrong, but they used to outsource the actual artists to put it together.
Oh, definitely. And it's like DJ Khaled as well. I'm sure he makes his own stuff, but I think, like you said,
You
like
sure?
I don't know. Do you know what? I've never seen a video of DJ Khaled like making a beat, but I thought his main thing was kind of like orchestrating it all, where he'd work closely with the artist and like kind of maybe help them with the hook and tell them that they should say it in a certain way or sing it in a certain way, and then,
Yeah.
like you said, pull
Yeah.
in session musicians and tell them what to
Like the
do.
traditional, that's the traditional way. Like back in the day, yeah, I watched this documentary. Quincy Jones, I think his name was, Michael
Yeah,
Jackson's producer. I was thinking,
yeah.
yo, he's about to go in with these keys and that. Bro, not once did I see him play anything or do anything. He had all these artists in to make these beats, and I was like, yo, this guy's down on credits as the producer, but
Yeah.
not so much really.
Well, they didn't have any Ableton push pads back then, did they? So they couldn't really play anything.
This is my outsourcing, and this is what I got into do the business for me.
That's probably one of the main reasons why it's changed, because technology's just advanced so much. Like back in the day, if you couldn't play an instrument, there's not a lot you could do apart from sampling on drum pads. But now, because everyone's got software that they can like set the scales in and just click in the notes, like anyone can like build something melodic.
Hmm.
So maybe that's why it's changed so much.
Yeah, true. What about you? Well, how do you think YouTube's going to go? Do you think it's just going to keep going and going, or do you think it's going to go somewhere else like Twitch? Like I've been thinking about Twitch a lot over the last month.
Yeah, I've been thinking about Twitch a lot too. More and more people are liking to watch things live, aren't they? I don't know, like
Mm.
YouTube, to me, YouTube's the one that's always been there. Like other platforms have come and then dipped out. Like just everything, like Facebook pages were huge at one point and now they're shit. Like MySpace came and went, but YouTube's always been there as like a solid form of content, hasn't it? And
Yo, Facebook absolutely mugged it, bro. Like I grew my page quite big on there, and then just one day, yeah, that says, if you want to reach your own people that's liked your page, you're gonna have to pay to
really,
boost your post. So say if you just put a post out there now without paying for it to be boosted,
yeah,
that it will hit like 3% of your audience, unless you
what?
actually pay for it to be pushed further. And
That's
from then on, it
crazy.
was dead to me, bro.
Well, I guess they were just trying to get people to run ads, weren't they? Spend money, but
Yeah,
even to
but
reach your own audience.
yeah. So like, just to push it out to your own audience. So I had like 15,000 people on there, and then like I was just doing regular posts, and it was like 50 people were seeing it or something like that sometimes. And I'm
Yeah.
like, how is that happening?
I came off Facebook.
I think
Well, I deactivated my old account, and I made a new one just to have like my close friends and family on it. That's all I ever used it for. I'd like go on and you'd scroll through just pointless stuff, like maybe a lad Bible posts or someone's mum posting a cat that's gone missing in Arizona, but they're in Huddersfield. It's like shared it on. So yeah, I came off Facebook. It seemed a bit pointless. Like it didn't seem like a platform where I could like grow a fan base anymore.
Bro, I was gassed as well. You know, they gave me a blue tick, and I was like, "Yo, this is me.
Did
This is
they?
blue tick." And that I had a day job at the time, and I was like, "Yo, blue tick. I don't need this day job, bro." But yeah, they gave it me, and I was like, "You gassed." Then they started mugging it, bro. I think there's a fine line between big corporations monetizing their stuff to actually just like ruining people's businesses, isn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of scary that can happen as well. Like, I bet at one point, like people were just relying purely on their Facebook page because it was popping so much, and then all of a sudden they just shut it off. It's like they're just killing your business instantly. It's
Yeah,
fucked
it's
up,
happened with
really.
YouTube people as well. Like that's why you should have different streams of income, because if one
Yeah,
gets locked off, that can't be your whole income. You can't allow it to be your whole income because
yeah,
that would just be terrible. That's why you should try and monetize every single outlet. So if one gets locked off for some reason, like maybe a copyright or something, then you've got the other ones.
that's true. I think that's why building an email list is so important, though, because you're never going to lose that. That's the
Yeah,
reason that I started doing it when I was trying to do my research. Everyone was saying there's like the stuff that you can control and then stuff that you can't. Like you can't control YouTube. If YouTube eventually just decides to close down, like where you're going to bring your audience in. So that's why I wanted to start building up a mailing list. So that's been like a key for me. It's just quite expensive building a mailing list, though, as I'm sure you know. You said you got like 100,000 people on it, didn't you?
yeah. But then, like, obviously, the people that want to send my emails out want £500 per month to send them out, and it's just a massive risk.
Yeah, it's crazy. It can be a powerful tool, though.
Yeah.
Like I'm still trying to figure it out a little bit. Like luckily I've got a cousin that works like his job is to do like email campaigns for people. So I usually write everything and then I'll send them to him just to proofread, and he might do like a few tweaks and stuff. So luckily I've got him there that kind of helps me. But
Insiders and that, yeah.
Insiders, I'll hook you up.
Yeah. That's a promise, that is, bro.
So yeah, it can be powerful, but it's one of
Twitch,
the things you
though,
have to
I
stay
think
on top of.
back on Twitch, I think Twitch is like you can run that side by side with YouTube. It doesn't have to be either or. Like I watch this guy called Ramzoid. He makes like trap indie type beats, but
Right.
he runs them side by side. So what he does is he has two cameras. He has one live streaming his Twitch whilst he's making his YouTube videos. So like
That's
he's live
mad.
streaming and then he's making his YouTube videos. So he's done one job. And then once that's finished, he can edit his YouTube video and throw it online like he normally would. So it's kind of like two birds, one stone.
That's what's that software called? Do you know OBS? You get the standard OBS screen recording software, but then they have a different version. I forgot what the other version's called. I downloaded it recently, and that has all them options. Like you basically connect all your socials to it. Like you can connect like Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, basically everything that you can go live on. And then you can even have your chat room in there as well. So you just stream from this one thing, but it links to everything. So
Do you think celebrities have ruined like the YouTube culture and things like that? You know, like how there's a time where YouTube, like you wouldn't even see a celebrity page on there, not even like news outlets or nothing. It was just like mainly like indie people pushing out their stuff. Like producers, but now you get like famous producers like Calvin Harris goes on there and he shows how he makes his tunes and that. Do you think that's kind of like ruining it, or do you think it's just adding to the whole thing?
Well, you mean because it makes us look shit if you've got like legends like that doing it.
Like they're just like maybe taking the spotlight away from us. Like they're known enough and have racked up a certain amount of popularity themselves. But they're like Will Smith. He came as an actor and he took the limelight in the vlog space on YouTube.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So YouTube was more of like an indie type of space where unknown people could maybe make a name, but then there's loads of like already famous people on there just doing their thing now as well.
I don't know if it's damaged us in any way, because when like as long as you're putting out content consistently and you've got that core fan base there, because when people look at famous people, sometimes like people look at them as like they're just different creatures, and they're like, I could never do that. Like it's like out of this world to be like that good at something. But when they see an average person like me doing it, then they might think, you know what, if he's doing it, he's just an average guy, and he's like getting somewhere, he's getting some success, and maybe it gives them a bit of hope as well. So I think people will still want something relatable, where not just looking at famous people, they're looking at like people like them as well, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's definitely true. I think that's what people want, to be fair, especially when they're first getting into it. They don't want to see like a massive studio with 100 different keyboards, and then they'd probably just quit on the spot and say, listen, I can't do all that. But to see a
Yeah.
guy in his house making beats, then it's very possible, isn't it?
Yeah. It just looks more achievable in a way, more realistic.
Yeah,
When did you make
definitely.
the transition? Because were you working before and then
Bro,
you've gone into music
yeah,
full
man,
time?
that was a madness, bro. Like I was working for 7 years up until March just gone, and then I used to work for a airline called Flybe, and that
Oh
was like
yeah.
the first to go, bro. Like with the pandemic and that,
Yeah.
and so my job was just gone. But it's kind of like a blessing in disguise, because I was always like, I wish I could just quit my job and do music, but I was kind of
Yeah.
like forced into that situation where I had to
Yeah.
make it work. And that's why, if you watch like any motivational speaker, they're always like, no plan B in it, just go for plan A. So I had to, like, I was forced into that. And then during the pandemic, I pretty much like doubled my subscribers. I was
Did
making
you?
beats. I was making YouTube videos every 2 days. So I doubled up on everything. And it just popped off for a good 2 or 3 months. It's kind of like plateaued a little bit now, but I'm hoping it will pick up over Christmas. But yeah, it's definitely a good thing. Like, I know it sounds mad, but like losing my job in it, but it was hard to work and do YouTube videos. Like I was just too tired. Like you see me on camera and some of the videos, I was just dead. Do you know what I mean? But when you can like base your whole day around literally making YouTube videos, it's so much better.
Yeah,
How about
100%.
yourself?
Yeah, to be honest, I had like the typical story, like growing up, like everyone was always, I always wanted to do music, but I didn't believe that I could make a living off it. So, you know, like when I was young, there was no like Gary Vee telling me that I can do anything I believed in. It was just like my parents and teachers saying that, yeah, you need to go to school, you need to get a job, the typical stuff. So I didn't really think that making a living off music was realistic in a way, because that's what I've been taught, even though I wanted to do it. So I just followed the normal path. I went to uni, got a job after uni, and then I was in that job for like 5 years. It was a good job as well. I was getting paid well. I was getting promotions like all the time. Like I got to a higher level, but I was still just unhappy because I knew it wasn't what I wanted to do. So even when they were paying me more, I was like, it's bullshit. Like it don't mean nothing. I can maybe buy a few more clothes and maybe go out on the weekend or whatever. But like, if you're not happy doing what you like doing, then if you're not happy doing what you like, doing what you're doing at the time, then what's the point? So
I had progressed into a certain point in my job where I should have been happy, but I was just depressed because I was like, on my break at work, I was seeing like people uploading stuff and getting on with like their dreams, you know what I mean? Whilst I was at work, half-heartedly doing things that I didn't want to do, you know what I mean? Just to get by, pay my bills and that. But luckily, because I've been able to double up and stuff, and I've got some sponsors and that every other month, I've pretty much like almost got to the point where I'm earning the same amount as I used to working. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's sick. That's a good achievement, man. Definitely.
Yeah. So I'm quite happy with that. And as long as I can pay my bills and everyone around me is happy, then I'm happy as well.
Yeah. The same for me. Like when I was working, I just wanted more and more money. Like I always wanted to do the next thing, like try to get that next promotion so I could get more money. And I was very like money driven. But then when I got them promotions, I was like what now? It still didn't fill them gaps. I was the same thing. I'd watch other people like doing YouTube tutorials or, you know, like making a living off what they love doing. I used to get like jealous, and I'm like, shit, this, like, no disrespect to anyone working a 9 to 5, like everyone's got to pay the bills. But for me, I was just like, it's just my worst nightmare. Like answering to some fucking waste man all the time. And just, I don't know. I always wanted to do something where I was working for myself. I didn't know what it was. I was always trying to think of business ideas and everything. And then when I got to a certain age, I was like, you know what? Like the only thing that I actually love doing is music. So if I'm going to try and make a business out of it, I might as well do it in something that I love doing, because I know I'm going to put more work into it. So
yeah, like in my old workplace, I was envious of people that like they had a passion to be there. You know what I mean? That was their dream, to be doing what they was doing. I was like, how are you so happy about being here every day? You know what I mean? And I realized because my passion wasn't there, that was their passion. My passion was elsewhere. So
Yeah.
when I'm doing YouTube videos every day, sometimes honestly, I sit back and I spin around in my chair here and I'm thinking, wow, like this is literally my job now, isn't it? And I
Yeah.
it makes me happy, and I feel how they feel in that other job. Do you know what I mean? Now doing this.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy, isn't it? I think that's the thing. Like, not a lot of people have that thing on the side. Like, not everyone got into music or into sports or something. So they never really had anything like they really wanted to do. So then when they start working and earning money, they're like, right, now I'm settled. Now I can like just live a normal life. And some people are happy with that, which like cool. As long as you're happy, that's
really
fine.
happy.
But yeah, for me, it was just like I was miserable just going to work every day. I had to put on like a suit every day. Like, even though I was like kind of good at what I did, it was just like not fulfilling in the slightest. So I had to change.
Definitely.
So I took a bit of a risk. I saved up a bit of money, and then I think, when was it? It was only about a year ago. Yeah, like at the end of last September. Yeah, so about a year ago, I decided to quit my job, and I was like, you know what? I've got some money stacked there. I was actually saving for a house, and then I thought, you know what? If I buy a house now, that's me locked in. Like, I'm in a house. I'm gonna be working still. I'm still gonna be miserable. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna take a fucking risk. And I remember telling my parents at first. I was speaking to my mum. I think I texted her one day when I was at work, and I was like, I'm thinking of quitting, you know. And she was like,
but I was happy.
yeah, she was like, don't do it. My dad didn't say much. My dad, like, they're just typical parents. I think they worry a lot, and they're like, they don't want to see me like struggle or anything. But sometimes you just have to struggle.
Parents in the old fashioned way of thinking, school, college, job, retire. Do you know what I mean? Where some parents can't get their head around there's a new way of doing things now, and you can actually be happier.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
It's changed. Like, there wasn't like YouTube back when they were growing up. There were like kids are making a living off gaming right now. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many different ways to make money. You don't have to be in an office being unhappy. I think it's hard for parents to comprehend.
Yeah, they can't get their head around that, the fact you can make money from this kind of thing, because they just see it as playing, pretty much. You know, you're just playing. Like, even my mom now, she doesn't get a head around what I do, and it's like, you're making your videos. Like, she's like I'm playing out with my friends.
Yeah. They try, like, it's always patronizing in a way. They're like, oh, you still doing your little music thing?
Yeah.
Nah, I think that's just parents, man. They're all the same. But yeah, I remember when I told my mum I was quitting, I knew that she was just like threatened, like she just really didn't want me to do it. Same with most people. I remember just being, I think you have to get to a certain point, don't you? When you're like, you know what, fuck it, I just need to go all in. All right, sorry people, sorry for the little hiccup. We had a laptop that died, but we'll just get straight back into it. So yeah, as I was saying, like when I left work, I decided to just save up a little bit of money and then just go all in. Like, I just thought I didn't really want a plan B. Sometimes you need it, but it was when I finally decided to go like all in, that's when things started changing. It was a risk because at first I wasn't really making any money. I didn't have like a serious plan, which is kind of stupid, really. Like, I wouldn't advise anyone to just quit the job and just go for it. But I thought, because I had a bit of money there at least, I thought I'd rather just take the risk now, because if I didn't take it, then I would have just carried on working, and I would have just looked back on life and just regretted not trying at least. I think that was the thing. Like, I didn't know that I could do something from it, but I wanted to at least try. I'm nowhere near where I need to be. Like, I've still got like a long way to go, but at least it's heading in the right direction, and I can kind of see that like it was definitely worth quitting my job, even though I'm not earning that same kind of money. I'm like 10 times
like
happier.
I always said that once my music money was hitting the same amount of money per month as my actual job, I would quit my job. And it never really got there until I lost my job. And then I started hitting my job type of money. So it took me to lose my job or to leave my job for me to actually get those. And that's what it was missing. Like me having the time to actually put more into music to get those kind of numbers.
That's it. There's only so many hours in the day. And like you, if you were working full time and doing videos, like I never did that. I made beats on the side, but I never did YouTube tutorials at the same time I was working. I don't know how people find the time to do it. You must spend all day at work, come back tired, like you said, and then start filming a video. Because how long do you usually take to film your videos and edit them?
It probably takes me longer to edit them than it does to make them, to be honest, because I don't know, I just don't think I'm set up in the way where I can edit quickly. Like, I just have to do loads of cuts and stuff, and maybe I've showcased something where I wanted to showcase it later, so I have to swap it around, and maybe I've
Right.
noticed, like breaths and stuff like that as well,
Yeah,
where
yeah.
you make like noises with your mouth, and you're like, oh, that's gross, man. I'm gonna have to cut that out. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You do
'cause
like,
these mics pick up everything, don't they?
yeah, like you do them, them kind of, you
Yeah,
catching your
yeah.
breath when you're talking and things. Imagine you don't even know you're doing it until you hear it back and you think, bro, is that what I sound like?
Yeah, I
But it
know.
takes
It's the
me a
same.
while to edit. Like because music comes naturally, and this editing and video doesn't come natural yet anyway. And
Yeah,
a lot of YouTube is outsourced, don't they? Like we was talking about before.
yeah,
They send their raw videos off to editors, and then they'll edit for them and upload. But like me and you were saying, we prefer to do it ourselves because only like we feel like only we know how to edit ourselves. Yeah.
yeah, that's right. I think at a certain point we might need to just, hopefully it gets to that point. We might need to just like be able to pass something on. I know it's like hard to do because it's like your baby, isn't it? Like you want to edit it the way you want to edit it. But I think sooner, like at some point, we're gonna have to just take that plunge and hand some kind of task
Yeah.
over to someone.
Especially if you're going to make more money, then you're
Yeah,
going to be able to do it. Because at the moment, it's all about maybe like cutting costs and then
yeah,
trying
yeah,
to like keep the money in house for now. But if you're making a certain amount of money where you can do that, then you should definitely do that, I think. But it's hopefully having faith in an editor to get it the way you want it.
yeah. That's it. That's it.
Because it
So
seems really basic. Like I reckon people think about our videos and think they just sit there, press record, and then that's it. But there's a bit to go into it. Like there's like a thought process and a plan and the way you want it to look and sound, and there's all sorts that go into
yeah,
it. Background music as well.
exactly. There are some people I know like Busy Works Beats right now. He just presses record, does it, and then uploads it. He might edit like the intro and outro, but he just like uploads what he records. But I think if I did that, like sometimes I'm filming for like 2 hours and then I'm going through that footage. So I couldn't upload a 2 hour video.
I
Sometimes it's
think
shorter, but
when you get to a certain point of being known or recognized, then you can start doing things like that. But
yeah,
when you're coming up like we are, you're trying to make it look as perfect and as possible, because someone coming across your video for the very first time to see like a 2 hour unedited video, to be like,
yeah,
who's this guy kind of thing. You want it to look perfect and polished every single time just for that first impression. But people like Busy Works Beats, there's not many people coming across him for the very first time now, I don't
no,
think.
no. Obviously, he's established enough to have that core audience there, isn't it? That core fan base that is just going to watch whatever he posts. So yeah, I guess it's a bit different once you get to a certain level.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, let's get into
So
some gems, man. I'm sure people will want to listen to some YouTube gems. So
yeah, that's
obviously,
what I was about to ask you, innit?
we'll both kind of discuss what we do in terms of videos. But when you were first starting, like, how long did it take you until your channel was growing and you thought, like, right, this is getting serious now?
Do you know what it is? It's mad with YouTube. It's like a lottery, I think, personally. Like your videos, like most of them now go off. Every single one I've noticed, like it's really quite popular. But with my channel, I find that it's hit or miss. Like every single video I upload is hit or miss. Some will
Yeah,
really connect and get a decent amount of numbers, and some will just completely fall on
yeah, yeah,
its arse, then it pretty much. But yeah, like don't know, like over the last few years, I've been getting some good numbers. Like one would hit like 40K, 50K, and it'd be like a video I wasn't really expecting to do anything. And then I'll do a video
yeah,
where I think, yeah, this is really popular, this is gonna go off, and it'll just completely flop. And so I'm just in the realm of hit and hope at the moment. Like I use like TubeBuddy and vidIQ for
yeah,
like keyword tools and that. But like we were speaking about before, like we don't know how reliable they are really. I think they point you in the right direction, but it's
mm,
not always a foolproof plan, in my
yeah.
opinion.
Yeah, no, I'm the same.
But
Like I used to use them religiously when I first started. I'd type in everything and literally every keyword that I used had to be something that had quite a high score in them videos. But then like I was saying to you on Instagram, I did that one video where I was just like making a Japanese drill type beat. And then that one took off. So I was
that's
like,
so
maybe
random. That's so
vidIQ
random.
is crazy, isn't it? I think it is a bit of luck. I think you just need to put out content and stick to a schedule. I think when people know like what to expect from you, it's good and it helps the algorithm as well. Supposedly, I think like the algorithms this thing like no one like really understands. Like they never actually release the figures. That's why I didn't
Yeah.
really trust vidIQ and TubeBuddy because they don't have access to YouTube's data. They just have their own calculations, which I'm guessing they do based on like if you type in a keyword, like how many videos come up and how many views are spread amongst them videos. They
How many
must do
times I
some kind of
searched for
calculation.
maybe as well.
Yeah, but I think that's not accurate though. I don't think YouTube like release like how many times people search for something. I think they just kind of calculate that in their own algorithm in them like TubeBuddy platforms because sorry, when I was saying before, I typed in like J Cactus and it said something like 100,000 people were searching it every month, which is just a complete lie because if that was the case, I'd be on 1 million subscribers or something right now.
I think when you go to youtube.com and the search bar is there and you type in one letter, I think it's, this first set of 10 options that come up. I think you can automatically know they're the popular ones, right? And maybe that's where TubeBuddy are getting their things from, their suggestions from like the first set of things that come up.
Yeah, maybe. So that's probably even a better way to start. Like if you didn't want to spend any money, I know like TubeBuddy's not that expensive when you first start. It's only like £5 a month. And then when you get to a certain amount of subscribers, it goes to like 10 or something. I don't know how much it is right now.
Some people even have affiliate codes with discount codes in the descriptions of their channel.
Is that what you do?
yeah. Got little cheeky sponsor there, but yeah, if you go there, you can get like a certain percentage off. TubeBuddy in my descriptions on it, but it's like a little affiliate link. You don't get a lot from it, but it's a nice little. But yeah, if you like you said, if you don't want to pay for it, all you have to do is go to YouTube, type in whatever you want to make a video about, see what other people are making videos about, and then just like not copy them, but just think around those lines. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So and like you said, just type in the little search box. Just type in like how to or something, and it'll come up with all the popular searches. I think if you put, I can't remember what it is now. It might be an underscore like first. Like if you put like an underscore first and then type in something, it broadens the search a little bit. So, like if you just typed in like how to make a kick hit hard or something, if you typed in an underscore first, I could be right. I might need to test it after. It will kind of broaden the search and like it won't be as strict as that sentence. It might be like a few words before that sentence. Do you know what I mean?
Right. I never
I don't know if I've explained it right, but I might have to test that after. I think it just broadens the search because when you just type something in, it will just come up with those exact words. But if you put like something at the start, I think it's an underscore. I'll double check. I think it just like includes other words before that. I think
some people that I've seen though, like you have used like VidIQ and TubeBuddy religiously and swear by it, as in like that's how they've popped off. That's how they've made their channel kind of thing. But I don't know, like I don't know, because there's been times where TubeBuddy's gave me like 100%. Like when it goes all green, it's like this is perfect. You make this video, you make the video, and it's like just like an average video, and you're like, wow, sold me a bit of a dream there.
Yeah,
I was gonna go viral on that.
I think at one point they would have been good because the algorithms changed over the past few years, hasn't it? And I think now they mainly focus it on watch time and like how people interact with it. So I think you just need to you just need to get caught in that right wave. You just keep on putting out content, and then it all starts from like them first few people liking it. Like if the first few people see it, watch it for long enough, and they like and comment, and then they recommend it to a few more people, and then if they start liking and commenting, and then you just get kind of caught in a wave, don't you? And they recommend it to more people. So I'm pretty sure that's.
Like, I hear some things about YouTube, like PewDiePie is like a really popular YouTuber.
Yeah.
Like they've like banned him or something. Like they don't send his notifications out, like to people's sub boxes and things like that.
Really?
And a few times, like people on my channel says, "Oh, I didn't get a notification," or "This hasn't happened, that hasn't happened." So I don't know, man. There's some weird things that go on like that as well. And because like imagine, I've got 44,000 subscribers, but like not a bunch of people come to my videos, innit?
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know if it's being pushed out to them, or maybe I've got a lot of subscribers that used to be interested in something that I used to make and now they're not there anymore. Because I should be getting more than I'm getting, but it's not being pushed out to everyone. But I don't know how. Honestly, I'm just in limbo at the moment of how it all works, because I just always in the impression that you get lots of subscribers and then that automatically jump on your videos as and when kind of thing. So I'm feeling quite new to it myself. I'm still trying to figure it all out.
Yeah, you'd expect with that many subscribers that a big chunk would see the video straight away, but maybe it's YouTube just not recommending it to even your own subscribers for whatever reason.
The maddest thing is I'm subbed to myself on another account because I just wanted to see on it. And when I put out videos over like the last month, I wasn't getting notified on my other account that I was subbed with.
What, even when you click the bell and everything?
Yeah, everything, all notifications, everything, nothing. So it's like, I don't know. I honestly don't know what's going on. But yeah, I got a maddish YouTube story. And this might actually be a reason why I'm not being pushed out as much as I would like to be.
Yeah.
Basically, I think it's about 3 years ago now, maybe even 4 years ago, I literally got 3 copyright strikes.
Did you?
My channel was due to be terminated.
No way.
And I just know, I feel like since then it might have been like a bit of blacklisted type of thing. Like this is a channel to be wary about.
What were
And
the copyright strikes about?
flipping remixes.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, just remixes. You know, when you just hear something, you're naive and you think, yeah, I'm gonna remix it and upload it.
yeah,
And yeah, copyright strikes, man. I think it's like Calvin Harris, Ed Sheeran type of people. But yeah,
mad.
but luckily, it was due to be terminated within like 5 days. And I thought, flip it, I'll just dispute them, even though I felt like I had
Mm.
no grounds to dispute it. I thought, wow, I think it's getting deleted anyway. I might as well just try and
Yeah, yeah.
dispute them. Luckily, one of them got overturned for some reason, and I got to keep my channel. But
That's
yeah,
lucky,
I
innit?
don't know. I don't know. Like I've been like searching like shadow bans and things like that, but I don't know. I'm just gonna keep growing and growing, and I've got a good core audience of like people that come to my premieres all the time, and I use Discord as well, and it's like always the same people, and I got like a little family there that always come to my videos.
Yeah,
So the way I see it now is like I used to be naive and just think, yeah, I want all these subscribers, I want blah blah blah. But I think even if I'm just helping one or two people, or one or two people are just enjoying the videos, and it's making them happy and they're really into it, then I'm happy now. I feel like I'm a bit more down to earth than I used to be about
yeah,
that kind
yeah,
of thing.
yeah, definitely. I think as long as you've got like a few like core people there that are gonna fuck with whatever you put out, then that's the main thing, isn't it? Like, it's not really, you don't really have to get the most amount of subscribers ever, because that doesn't really mean a lot, does it? You might get a plaque at the end of it, but if people aren't really fucking with you and it's just, I don't know, I'd rather just have like a core base there.
Yeah.
And if you're talking in terms of like money as well, like say for example, if someone's like trying to sell beats, if you've got, let's say like 30 people that buy a beat off you every month, then that's worth more than having like tons of subscribers, but only like
Yeah.
a couple of them buy beats off you. Do you know what I mean? So it's not all just based on how many followers and how many subscribers you can get. It's not really the main thing.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I really enjoy seeing the same names in my comments and in the premieres. You know, the same people that just keep coming and coming, and like I
Yeah.
know them by name. I know where they're from. I know what kind of music they make, and like I really take an interest in what they're doing. And I ask them about, did they finish that project? Did they get around to doing it? So I kind of like try and relate to all of them personally. So I think that's what you can get with like a really small following. You can be more personal with them rather
Yeah.
than having a massive following and you can't keep up with the chat and all this is going on, which it'll be enjoyable when it happens. But for now, I'm just enjoying getting to know everyone.
Yeah, I think that's the key there. You should look after the people that are already with you instead of just trying to chase more people. Because if you start neglecting the people that have been there from the start and they're commenting on every video, then sooner or later they might get a bit fed up and be like, you know what, I show this guy constant love, he never replies to my comments, no nothing.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna switch channels.
And you never know who you're speaking to, you know, like I got them like maddest like inboxes from Twitter from about 8 years ago. And I won't
Yeah,
mention any names, but people used to like, you know, when people just like, oh, check my tune. Can you check this? Can you do this? Can you do this? And
yeah,
sometimes just like, well, no, I'm not going to do that because you're just spamming me.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
some of them ones that I've ignored, yeah, I've gone off. Like
Really?
they've made it like big in it. And
No
I'm
way.
kicking myself about ignoring them now. So I tried to get back to like, even if it seems like spam,
Mm,
I click it, and if I like it, I'll give them feedback. I try to give it as people as much attention as I can, kind of thing, because you don't know who you're
yeah,
going to speak to. You might hear someone you've never heard of, and they're fire, bro. And you want to make a project with them. Do you know what I mean?
yeah. It's tricky when people message you because I get like the same. I get a lot of people like just sending me stuff like kind of spamming. And at first I thought, right, people want constructive criticism. So if someone sent me something, I'd be honest. I'd be like I like what you've done here, but I'd maybe like fix the level in here. Or I'd try to give them something constructive where they could
Yeah,
like sit back and be like, all right, I've had some feedback, let me work on it. But people take offense to it. Like
yeah.
I found when I was giving them like feedback like that, they'd just ignore me or they won't say anything and maybe feel like
Ego.
offended.
People need to check their ego, bro. Like you
Mm,
can't put yourself out there and not expect negativity. If you're putting yourself out there, then you have to expect that kind of thing. And
yeah.
have you ever heard of something called a shit sandwich?
Yeah.
Basically, you give them a positive about their production, the negative about what's wrong with it, and then
Mm,
end with a positive. And
yeah, yeah.
then obviously send them on their way feeling nice about the positive, yeah, but you let them know what you didn't enjoy as well. There's a
That's
certain way
it.
of doing it, innit?
Yeah, because you could spend all day just like replying saying, "Yeah, this is sick, this is fire," but you'd be lying. And like,
Yeah.
do you want to give?
Fire emojis, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, just fire emojis. So
Yeah.
I've done that to like one or two people like who have sent me stuff in the past and just like ignored me when I've like giving them some constructive criticism. So the next ones they might just be like, "Yeah, I like it," and you don't really want to say too much in case you offend them. But I try to
Yeah.
just like be constructive with it because
I always
that's what
end
I
it in
would
a
have wanted.
positive though.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, when I give that feedback like that, it's nothing like negative. I'll be like, yeah, like I'll say what I really liked about it, and then I'll just say like maybe 1 or 2 areas that they could improve on. That's all.
Yeah. Do you get many negative comments on your videos?
I was just going to ask you that as well, because I was going to ask you how you deal with negative comments. There's always 1 or 2, isn't there? There's like,
Do you reply to them?
it depends. Like,
There's constructive criticism, and then there's like just like going straight at you, and
yeah, if someone just like comments something like "this is shit," then I'm just like, you've given me like no reason why it's shit. There's nothing constructive about it. You're just hating for no reason. So them ones I just ignore. But if someone says like something constructive, like same thing, like a bit of feedback, like, oh, I like this beat, but I wasn't really feeling them 808 slides or something, then I'd be like, all right, cool. Like I appreciate the feedback. So yeah, it
even
just
if you don't
depends on
agree
the
with them,
comment.
you can still take it on board.
Yeah, exactly. But you're never gonna please everyone. You're never gonna please everyone. Like
Yeah,
in every video on YouTube, there's always like one person that dislikes before it's even started.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Bro, that is so annoying. I've got
Innit?
on my videos, I get like now and then, I just get like people like in the premiere. The
Yeah.
video's not even started yet, bro.
And
And there's
they
like
dislike it.
one dislike. I'm like, oh my God, how you you never know what it's not, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's not even on yet. At least
Yeah.
like see my face first before you click dislike. Do you know what I mean?
I saw a
I can
clip
honestly
of.
say I don't think. Karen.
I was just gonna say I saw a clip of Gary Vee like talking about this and like how people should deal with negative comments and people like saying stuff online. And the way he was wording it is you have to kind of feel sorry for that person, because imagine how weird that person is, like how sad that person is to be online just like posting negative shit everywhere, just giving everyone shit on YouTube comments, just being horrible online. Like imagine how sad that person is. Like you've got to feel sorry for them. Like, yo, you must be so down that you just need to bring people online down to your level. Like it's a
True.
weird one. It's a weird one. But sorry, what were you gonna say?
No notifications are working for them ones though, because they always come to premieres and just dislike. They got notified, it's set to all on the bell and everything, and they're just there straight away disliking. But it's harsh when it's like a dislike, because you can't back your corner, because you don't know who's done it, you don't know why they've done it. Do you know what I mean? It affects the video as well, I think. Imagine like being in a premiere where you've got like 0 likes yet and someone's coming disliked it. It looks bad, doesn't it?
I wonder who these people are. I wish it showed the names, like who liked it, because it always, like on Instagram, you can see who likes your photos. So on YouTube, they should show who dislikes it.
YouTube could get rid of the dislikes and just have likes, and like basically whoever has the most likes, that's a popular video in it, and whoever has the least likes would have like the least liked videos. Do you know what I mean? It's more positive that way. So say if a video's got like 2 likes, you'll say, well, that's not, so people don't like that so much. But if they have like 100 likes, then they'll like it a bit better. Do you know what I mean? Well, maybe if you dislike it, it just takes away from the likes that you do have, rather than saying someone's disliked it.
That's true.
So if like, say if there's 100 likes and you go on there and click dislike, then it goes down to 99 or something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, rather than like showing the actual dislikes.
Yeah, it's like I can honestly say I've never disliked anything in my whole life. If I go in there and something's terrible or I don't like it, I'd click off.
Move on, don't you?
Yeah, like why would I click dislike? It makes no sense, because someone else might like it, and that people put hard work into their videos as well. Who am I to go and say, oh, nope, don't like that?
Yeah,
you know what I mean,
it's just a weird way to throw negativity out there, isn't it? It's like, I don't like this, I'm gonna click dislike, I'm gonna show this person. I find it weird. Like I'm the same. I've never been on a video and clicked dislike or just commented something negative. It's like you go on it, if you don't like it, you move on to the next one. But if you do like it, then especially now that I make videos as well, like if I watch something and I like it, I'll like and like comment and stuff, to help their algorithm, because I know how it works. Them likes and comments mean a lot, don't they? Like that's what gets the video popping.
Before I even made videos myself, if I went into a video and I liked it, I would always forget to like it. I'd always click off it and think that's a good video. But now I make a conscious decision to click like, and maybe even comment it. Commenting is quite good for your own channel, isn't it? They say like you go in there and you should speak to people in your own niche. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then people might come across your channel that way, kind of thing.
I suppose it's basically a social network, isn't it? If you go and engage with other people's content, that maybe it helps your own. And on top of that, like people will see you commenting, and then people might think, who's this guy? I'll click on his channel. Yeah. Does YouTube show the amount of subscribers anymore? Because I swear it used to. When people commented on your video, it would say the amount of subscribers next to them. Or I don't know if that was like TubeBuddy doing it.
I was about to say that. Because I use TubeBuddy, I'm not sure if they do that. But the good thing about that is if you're commenting on other big YouTubers channels, they're more times going to use TubeBuddy. and they're going to check you out if you've got a decent amount of followers, isn't there? And then maybe there's a connection there or not. But the good thing about commenting on other people's channels is maybe someone came across your channel a long time ago, or they've heard of you, and I think I've heard of him, or oh, I remember his channel, and then I'll click on and
Yeah.
maybe re-engage.
Yeah, that's right. So that's a gem right there. Just engage with people, show some love.
But yeah, negative comments, I kill them with kindness. I do. I can't just leave them there. I kill them with kindness. I make them feel bad about themselves. Like they'll come and I say shit, and I'll be like, oh, thanks for watching the video. I really appreciate it. Smiley face or something like that. Do you know what I mean? I'll kill them with kindness. Like Reddit. Do you use Reddit at all?
I used to, but Reddit's the worst for them kind of people. Like Reddit's full of miserable people that just hate. I don't know why they just seem so miserable, and they're like narcissists or something. I don't know. They just seem miserable.
Yeah, I made the biggest mistake of trying to promote myself on Reddit and like just doing it all wrong. I had so many negative people, but like I just kill them with kindness, and I'm like, oh, thanks. I didn't realize that. I really appreciate it. And then some of them are just like, apologize. Oh, sorry, I was having a bad day at the time, kind of thing. I didn't mean it. I've only just checked out your video. Actually, it's quite a good video. I'm going to subscribe. Do you know what I mean? So you kind of turn them around, because people just like base their whole thoughts on your video sometimes in like the first 5 seconds and not really checked out the rest of the video.
They could be having a shit day or something, and they just want to bring someone down to their level in that moment, don't they?
Yeah, exactly. But it is weird, like you said, like Gary Vee said, he's a weird kind of person to go somewhere and just slander someone. Like you wouldn't walk up someone in the street and say, "Your hair's shit."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It makes no sense, does it? It's like it's crazy. It's mental.
Yeah, I don't understand it.
I just laugh at him. I think I've got enough confidence in myself at the moment to think that okay, I'll take on criticism. That's fine. You know, some people have good points sometimes where I feel like, okay, I could have done this better. And then if it's really like a personal attack or whatever, I can just laugh at them, because I know that, you know, I've got these other people that follow me that really appreciate what I do. And maybe I'm not for those guys. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think you're right, though. Killing them with kindness is going to be the best way, because they don't expect it. People post negative stuff because they want a reaction as well. And if you don't give them that reaction, they don't know what to do then.
Yeah, they want a negative reaction. And another thing, I'm half shook up getting into arguments on the internet, because on the low, I just don't want them to go through all my videos and dislike them all.
Yeah, that's the other thing as well.
They could be another one of those subscribers that come on every video and dislike it as well. I can't be bothered with all that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So that's true, in fact.
Yeah. But do you use PRS?
PRS, yeah, I do now. I don't know why I've only just set it up. I literally set up PRS in the past few weeks. I saw you post something about PRS Day. Did you get a nice paycheck?
Yeah, like it's magic. I've been so lazy. Like PRS, you're supposed to like pretty much register everything that you make and put out there. But I haven't registered anything for about 2 years. Just pure laziness. And then I just randomly got a nice one from some radio stations that I just never have heard of in my life.
Really?
But yeah, it's nice, but I really need to get on it, because that is money to be made there. And you always hear about people's music that there's like untapped royalties that they don't end up getting, or it goes to someone else if you don't collect it in enough time. And it's just you're leaving money on the table where ultimately it will go to someone else if you don't look up on it. I think.
Are you talking purely from singles that you've put out with artists, or are you talking beats, or both, or everything?
Everything beats. Like I've had like beats that I never knew was on One Extra, like, and sets and things like that.
Oh yeah.
But obviously, because they just get thrown into random like sets and things and freestyles that you never have, no one's ever told you, or no one knew it was your beat. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Obviously, I don't use producer tags or anything. And then next thing you know, you just get a royalty free saying, "Listen, this has been played here." I'm like, "Oh, sweet, thanks."
No way. So every time you make a beat, you register it through PRS?
Yeah, I used to up until about 2 years ago, but I literally haven't registered anything for like 2 years. So I'm gonna have to backtrack. It's pure I'll say it's laziness, but I've got so much other stuff to do.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I need to get on that. Like I registered recently because I've been working with more artists, and I've got like quite a few singles dropping over the next few months. So that's the main reason why I registered now. But I didn't really think to register beats, because I didn't really think beats would be on radios or anything like that.
I definitely register beats, because you know, like, it's wherever your music's played. It could be a restaurant, it could be at a show, it could be a half time at the football match. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You could play your beats, especially like drill type beats now. They're everywhere. If you look at like adverts on the TV, you know, like it's kind of like a grime drill type beat. You know what I mean? You're trying to be cool with the kids, so it sounds familiar, kind of thing. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
I'd
true.
register all your beats because even if they don't make anything, that one time they do make something that's more than you would have got otherwise. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense, in fact. And what would happen if, let's say you've registered a beat, but then someone makes a track to your beat and they register that track? How would it work then?
Yeah,
Have
it's
you
just
never come
two
across that?
separate. No, it's two separate entities, isn't it? It's two separate things. So you won't get money from the actual beat on its own. If it's someone else on the track, you'd only get money from the person with the track. So you'd obviously register it twice.
Oh, okay.
So you'd get paid for the second one you're done with the person, yeah. And it would be
Right.
split. You'd have like a royalty split as well.
What about, let's say you've done a track with someone and they've registered the track. Did they have to input your details, like your PRS number? Or can you like
Yeah, yeah.
log in and say, I actually produced this, and then you kind of claim it? Or do
You
you have to
both
do
can.
it together?
I think you both can register it, but it'd be better if one of you is register it, agree a split, and then they can put your PRS details in there.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's the best
that's how
way
I'm
to do it.
working now. I'm just thinking for track, because I've done tracks in the past where I've produced for people and we haven't really negotiated any splits, and the tune's been on like Mixtape Madness and stuff, and like you never know where
Should
it's been played. It could be played on some stations. You know what I mean? So I
yeah.
don't know if I have to like just speak with the artist and then get him to log back in and register me, or if I can just tap in and be like, yo, I
Yeah,
produced this.
you can register it yourself, but it's sticky because if he's registered it with no splits and you register it with splits, it's like it's a big kerfuffle. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
now going forward, if I was you, like that's what I'm doing now as well. I just try and discuss everything like previous to even recording it. If they're definitely going to use it.
Yeah. Oh, my lights just died on me.
Oh
Never
no.
mind. We'll just keep running. Sorry, what were you saying?
Yeah, just before you even send it to them, and it just like, who's going to get this split? Like, streaming splits as well. You can split the streaming money as well.
Yeah.
Just like discuss everything. Like, and it sounds really boring, but it's better than imagine it going viral and you've not really discussed anything, and then it's just a big kerfuffle.
Yeah, that's true. Because when you work with artists, what kind of splits do you usually do? Like, say if it's just you
50-50.
and an artist, do you usually just do 50-50?
Streaming 50-50.
That's mechanical royalties, isn't it? When I'm just going to flip this over like that.
Yeah.
So mechanical royalties is streaming, right?
Yeah.
And digital sales. And then you get the other side, which is like performance royalties, like if it's played on radio or a live
That's
venue or
PRS, isn't it?
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, streaming do 50-50 because in my mind, I've made half. He's made half.
Yeah.
But if he's going to go on and maybe pay for a music video or put some extra money in that I haven't put in, then I feel like it's only right that he's going to get more of the slice than I am, unless we both
Right.
pay for it. And yeah, but most of the time it's just 50-50. Do you know what I mean? Whereas that's another thing that's evolved over time where I think singers and rappers are under the impression that the producers should get less, a lot less.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's 50-50 in my opinion now. 50-50 all the way.
What would you say? Let me throw an example at you, right? Let's say there's an up and coming producer and he's trying to get his name out. He wants to work with people. An artist, not like a huge artist, but an artist that's getting some good views, wants to use a beat. They might give them like a little bit of money up front, but they don't want them to split streams with them. They'll give them like publishing. So if it's played live, like on radio, or if it's performed, you can claim through PRS, but they don't want to split mechanical royalties. Would you take it just for the fact that you're going to get your name out a bit?
Oh, so you're saying getting publicity rather than money?
Yeah. So like an up and coming producer, like an artist wants to use their beat, but they're saying, look, I want to use this beat, but I'm not willing to split mechanical royalties. So you're not going to get paid on streams, but you're going to get your name out there, obviously.
I don't know, man. I don't like the thought of that because I just think like it feels like I don't know actually. I'd rather just get paid in it. Like it sounds really
Yeah.
bad, but you can't. I'm not going to pay my bills with flipping
Yeah.
and say, listen, I'm paying my phone bill this month with streams. Is that all right? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
But
That makes sense.
But yeah, it is a sticky one. I tried to get all up front before they used to be. For my leases, I always maybe like $40 or $50.
Yeah.
And is my internet still right? Because I just got a message saying my internet's a bit unstable.
No, there's a lag. I'm not gonna lie. There's it keeps kind of stuttering.
What about now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. The quality's gone a bit faded, but we should be all right.
All right, cool. So yeah, up front, I take like a lease fee of like $40-50. And then I always say that over a certain amount of money, I'm going to take 10% just in case it goes viral. Could be anyone, could be someone that's making their first track. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
if they make like say £1,000, I'm going to get 10% of that £1,000 in whatever. It could be streaming, could be anything. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
But every £1,000 they make, I'm going to make 10% on it. So even if they don't make £1,000, I don't make anything, and then they don't really make anything either. But if
Yeah.
they make £1,000, I get 100. If it goes super viral and they make like 100,000, I'll get like 10K. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's always there. It's always secure just in case it pops off.
So do you have your own contracts, or do you use BeatStars or anything else?
If they go through BeatStars, I just let them use the BeatStars one. But you can always just wrap it. It doesn't have to be like a solid contract. Like just even like an email will suffice. You know, like in a in a courtroom. Like if it's from you, signed by you, could do a digital signature. Yeah, it doesn't have to be all proper and stamped and all that kind of stuff. It's kind of like a binding contract if you just write it down.
Yeah. To be honest, I still haven't been through the BeatStars contract properly. I did a little bit, and I know like when people have bought exclusives, I know the standard is 50% publishing, but I don't know if that covers mechanical royalties, because someone told me that like if you sell an exclusive, the artist doesn't have to give you any mechanical royalties, so they don't have to split the streams, but they do have to split other publishing where it's like if it's played on radio. Do you know if that's true?
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever been through it.
I don't know, you know, I don't even sell exclusives anymore, you know. I don't like it. Like
Nah.
this is like a massive artist. I
Yeah.
just don't like it. I don't like the thought, because you know I've sold exclusives before, yeah, and it's probably my best work. And you know what? The artist has never used it. Just
Really?
no, it
Just
hasn't.
sat
It
there.
hasn't reached the light of day, and you can't do nothing about it because you've sold it exclusively. The world's never going to hear it. I
Yeah.
like to sell leases because you can keep selling the same product over and over again, and it's still yours. Do you know what I mean? Exclusive can get sticky. Your name's not involved with it anymore. They own it, and it's like it doesn't feel nice. It doesn't feel right.
Yeah, I know what you mean. You can make more money through just selling leases as well. Like if that tune pops off, like if you upload a beat and it gets some serious views and there's a lot of people buying leases on it, you can make a lot more than what you would just selling one exclusive.
Yeah, because imagine, yeah, say someone quite known uses your lease and it goes off. And then
Yeah.
next thing you know, you got all these artists in your DMs. I want this beat. Can I get this beat? Where can I get this beat from? And you say, well, sorry, it's an exclusive. You've lost out on money where you could have just leased it out all over again. Do you know what I mean? It's just reusing the same product over and over and over again with no extra effort. It's kind of like, so it's just like a reoccurring payment with no extra effort on your part. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I can't lie, I have sold exclusives for cheap before, but it's mainly been like, cause I'm still kind of new to this all. Like I'm still trying to get my name out. So sometimes I've been like, you know what, I'll take a hit this time and just at least I've got a track out with an artist, and then it might give me a bit more leverage for the next time. Because if that track pops off, then the next time they ask for like that small fee, I can be like, the price has gone up now because that last tune popped.
Yeah.
So it kind of gives you more leverage. And there's obviously times when, like you said, you've got bills to pay. So if you're having a slow month and someone's like, yo, I'll give you 100 or a couple hundred for this beat, it might be like, yo, that's going to sort me out. That's going to pay my bills.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
it's a tough one.
I've done that. I've done that where someone's like, it's been like a sticky month and someone's popped up and you've sold it for like less than you would have, or you've done them like a bundle.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, speaking of bundles, do you go on BeatStars a lot?
Do I
The
go on what?
BeatStar bundles are ridiculous. BeatStars.
Yeah. That's what I mainly used to sell beats.
They're
Link
ridiculous.
everyone to BeatStars.
The bundles are ridiculous. Have you seen some people's bundles like, I'll buy one and get like 10 beats free and all that?
Yeah.
Mad.
Yeah. But
I can't compete with that.
I don't think you need to compete, because I think it's all about how you build up your personal brand, isn't it? And the people that fuck with your beats are gonna fuck with your beats regardless. The people that are selling like 20 beats for £10, like surely it can't do wonders for the brand, and they're only gonna get the people that are looking to spend little amounts on beats. Whereas if it, like, say you built up like a nice fan base of people that are just buying beats from you, like they fuck with your beats, and they're willing, they believe in themselves a bit more, so they're willing to pay a bit more for good beats. But if you're just like flogging off 20 beats for £10, then maybe you attract a certain kind of customer.
Yeah,
If that makes sense.
So with your YouTube videos, yeah, do you worry about not being able to push content out? So like obviously you like do videos how to make your 808 slides better, how to make your kick, however. You worry about just running out of those kind of subjects, So what happens when you've taught everyone everything?
Definitely.
You know
I,
what I
I
mean?
think about this a lot. Sometimes I struggle to think of ideas, and then I'll go back and because every time someone posts a comment with a suggestion, I'll write it down. So I've got a list of things that people like have suggested. But I think like when I was getting started, I think when anyone's getting started on YouTube, you kind of have to start with them basic videos of like how to do this, how to do that, because people don't know you, so they're not going to search for you. But when you've built up a bit of a following, then maybe you can venture out and start doing maybe some vloggy stuff, or maybe just like random stuff that isn't like specific to how to do this certain thing. It might just be like cooking up a beat in the kitchen, or just some random
Yeah.
piece of content, but people are going to watch it just because they follow your channel.
Yeah. I watch
So
YouTubers like that Ed Talenti.
yeah.
Talenti.
Yeah. He's a good
He like
example for it.
his first quarter of the videos, him making like coffee and stuff, and it's like, yo, my people would have left by now. You know, on my channel.
Yeah. It's like Kyle Beats. He's probably
Imagine that.
the main guy for them
Yeah, he
kind
goes
of
to like
videos.
Starbucks and that. Yeah.
Yeah. So someone said it in my comments once. Someone said you should do like more vloggy style tutorials, but I just don't think I've got that kind of following yet. I feel like
Yeah.
I don't know when we know that we've hit that mark, but at some point, like if you've got enough people that fuck with you, they'll watch. They want to be more involved in like your personal stuff as well, don't they? But
Yeah.
I feel like
I watch regardless.
yeah, exactly. I feel like I'm still at the stage now where people just want to come for the gems and just pick up like tricks that I do or whatever. So I don't
It
know.
just seems
Maybe
weird, isn't it? Like imagine naming a video, yeah, how to make your 808 slide, and then like spending the first quarter of the video talking about something totally different and
yeah.
making like coffee and don't think of my Joe, bro. They'll be like, what's this guy doing, man? I thought I was coming here to make 808s and this guy's making coffee. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Maybe you might have to try it one time. I did do like a little bit recently. I put out a collab video with TG Tracks, and it was when I just moved into this room. I still got a few bits to set up in this room, but when I just moved in, I thought, because the settings changed and everything, I'll do like
Yeah.
almost like a tiny little vlog. Like I was just saying, I've just moved studios. Let me give you a quick tour. And I was just showing everyone like the new room and like what I've got in here. So just to kind of like put a tester out just to see how people would react to it. And
I
no
think
one said
Ocean
anything like,
I think
yeah.
Ocean does the perfect mix between vlogs and because he spends a small amount of time kind of like holding his camera on his tripod.
Yeah.
And it kind of feels vloggy, but he does it for the smallest amount of time. And then he gets into a bit making the music in it. I think there's like a key where you can do the vlog thing and then get straight into the music.
Yeah, definitely. But he's got like a huge following right now, though, doesn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
What's he on now? Like maybe 200K or something?
I think more maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, he has
That's
got a
crazy.
massive following. Do what I like doing? I like going to YouTubers that I like, that I enjoy watching. And I like going through their videos and like going back quite far.
Yeah, go back to the first
Just,
ones
it
and
kind of,
see.
it inspires me because I'm thinking like it couldn't have always been like this, and it kind of like
Yeah.
inspires me to see what they had and now what they have, because it makes me feel like, okay, wow, they've been on the same kind of journey as me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Whenever you go back to the old ones, they're always a bit more awkward, a bit like a
Yeah.
bit more robotic and being like, I
You
don't
should
know.
see Ocean's one, bro. His camera,
I think I've
his
seen
camera and
it.
his setup, bro. He's got like a little desk, like it's got like a little. It's a mad little setup, and I don't know what camera he was using. It looked like he was using a calculator, bro.
I think I've seen the one. I think because I do the same. I go back on people's channels. I think I've seen it. That's jokes.
Yeah. Do you think personality is important, like on YouTube? Because that was my big worry, because I'm like a straight faced kind of guy, and like people say I got a screw face and that.
Yeah.
And like I watch these other YouTubers and like they're like bouncing around the room, they're full of like the proper like outgoing extroverts. And I was really worried that I wouldn't be able to carry my channel because I'm not extrovert like that. Do you know what I mean? Bouncing around the room full of personality.
I know what you mean. I've thought about that in the past as well, because I'm the same. I don't have that like big bubbly character where I'm bouncing off the room. So I don't know. I think I'd rather just be how I am than trying to put on a different persona. Because once people know that you're full of shit and you're acting, that's when people aren't going to fuck with you. So I think you're best off just doing what you usually do. You've built up a good following anyway, so something must be working. And I think people,
Yeah.
you're going to attract like a certain kind of crowd. Like some people might like them people that are, like you said, just bouncing off the walls. But then other people might think, you know what, that's a bit cheesy. I'd rather just hear someone talk to me on a level like how I'd speak to my boys. So that's how I saw it. I thought I didn't like watching cheesy people on YouTube. I thought if I can relate to someone a bit more, then I can watch them more.
Yeah, do you know what it is as well? Like, if it's not real, if that's just a persona, there's only so long you can keep that up. And once it's gone, you might lose your following. And also, people think something's up. They'll be like, well,
Yeah.
what's happened to this guy? Do you know what I mean? Is he going through something? What's going on? And
Exactly.
you can't keep it up, and you just honestly can't keep it up.
Nah.
But I think it's more about confidence as well. Like, I'm quite confident in what I do now,
Yeah.
where I can start putting my personality across now. Do you know what I mean? But like, I've started to, like, I put like little memes and that in my videos now, like where I didn't used to feel comfortable doing that.
Yeah.
Like, because it's just a joke in it. Like, it's just, to me, it's like, it's just fun in it. I don't want it to be too serious. I don't want people to think I'm like, I'm a teacher and this is school and do this and press this key here. Do you know what I mean? I want it to be fun.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Because people come to YouTube for that experience, don't they? Like they want to learn
Yeah.
something, but if you can make it a bit fun at the same time and not so strict, like you said, then that's a bonus. I think I'm definitely
Yeah.
still trying to like figure things out because I haven't been posting for that long. I've only had the channel for like 8 months, maybe not even a year. So even when like I was like, I still feel awkward sometimes when I'm doing them. So I'm still trying to figure things out and like how to put my personality into it a little bit. But I think it's one of them things. It just comes with time, doesn't it? Like the more content
Yeah.
that you put out, the more relaxed you're going to be about it, and the more you get used to it, I suppose.
Yeah, it's about just being really comfortable, I think, and then the more comfortable you get, and it's just normal then. And it like when I started, I couldn't get used to looking into the camera lens. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I used to try and write down what I was going to say, and it was really robotic. But now at least I just freestyle. Like in most of my videos,
Just
because of
flow.
freestyle, what I'm saying, it flows. And also, I say a lot in my videos, but I
Yeah.
have to cut out in editing because I'm thinking about on the spot what I'm gonna say.
Mm.
I'm like, do you know what I mean? But it flows better that way, I think, because if you write it all down, it's just really mechanical and robotic. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And people will clock that. Definitely.
Yeah. You can
Yeah.
have like a list of things you're gonna say, like points and stuff. I know a lot of YouTubers do that, but if you go word for word, like I used to, literally word for word,
Really.
it just doesn't. It doesn't look great. It's just not
So
great at all.
people will just tell that you're reading off a script then.
Yeah, definitely. And you can't bring any personality across because you're not literally saying it on the spot. You've pre-said it already. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. How about thumbnails as well? Do you
Oh,
think
yeah.
thumbnails have been a key to growing on YouTube for you?
Bro, you make the sickest thumbnails, bro.
It's
Like,
so weird that
I
you say
reckon,
that because I think mine are dead. Like when I see
nah,
other
bro,
people's, like even when I look at yours, I'm like, that looks sick.
nah. As soon as I think, I don't know, you've not always done them thumbnails, on it. I feel as soon as you switch up your thumbnails, you start to pop off, bro. And now you do the same similar ones every single time. People
Yeah.
clock that it's you by your thumbnail, but like the text is different or the background's different, but they know it's you in it. Do you know what I mean? From a first glimpse.
I think at the start I was trying like a few different ones, and then because I listen to like a lot of podcasts as well, and I want to hear what other YouTubers say, and a lot of people have said like your thumbnails need to be consistent because people like when your video's recommended, they need to see it and be like, oh, I know that's Cactus, so they click on it. So that's why I started using like the same kind of thing where it's just like an image at the side blended in with FL and then like the text on top. I just wanted people to clock it and be like, yeah, I know whose video that is.
Yeah, I only started. That was another thing I didn't want to do for a long time. Like, I
Mm,
think it might have been a confidence thing. Is like put my face in the thumbnails
yeah.
because I didn't want to be that cheesy guy and it like, that shocked face that everyone does and like hands on head, like oh
Yeah.
fire, oh it's going off kind of thing. But in my mind, like it's going to attract people in it. And we're in a game where you need to grab people's attention straight away, and it's not really standing out. It's grabbing people's attention in that first
Yeah.
instance, and then you can show your real self and your personality once they click on the video. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like a psychological thing, isn't it? I think like any emotion that you show in a video is more likely to attract people. So like you said,
Yeah.
with a shocked face or just something where you're showing a bit of emotion, maybe like looking at the screen, then and like arrows. I know arrows can be a gem as well for like
Yeah,
having like an
yeah,
arrow pointing at something.
yeah. Like I look at other thumbnails and I just replicate them or try and put my own twist on them.
Yeah.
Like, I think you use that circle thing now with the arrow, and you put like a little circle of
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and an arrow next to it,
Like
like a
like
right in the
three
video.
808 or like 808 slides and then like
Yeah,
an
yeah.
arrow pointing or
And
something.
Ed does that as well. Ed Talini. Am I saying
Oh,
his name wrong?
I think it's Talante. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Yeah, he does that as well. He probably makes one of the best thumbnails I've seen. It's so the quality is so like
Yeah.
HD. It looks mad.
Yeah,
It's
his
4K.
videos look sick. He's got them
Yeah,
like the pink and blue lights is it in the background. Like it just looks real
yeah,
crispy and like nice bit of saturation and everything. I don't know how he does it,
yeah,
but
yeah.
they look clean. And that, do you know
Ocean.
Prod by Jack? He's got some sick thumbnails.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I've seen him as well.
Mm.
But Ocean has had like the same 5 thumbnails for like 3 years, bro, and he's killing
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, yeah. He was talking about it on one podcast. He was saying he was trialing different thumbnails, and then eventually when he swapped to like his face and the arrow pointer that was at the screen, that changed everything then.
Yeah,
So
it's mad,
maybe
isn't
that's
it?
the thing. Yeah, I don't really put my face in thumbnails. I've done it a bit recently, but before it
Yeah,
was mainly like, say if I was doing like a Heady One type beat, I'd put a picture of Heady One there. But then I also thought, can
yeah,
you get copyright strikes for that because it's not your image? So I was kind of shook about that.
yeah. It's mad, yeah. I did a pack, well, it's someone else's pack, but I was
Mm.
showcasing it, and literally we both got contacted by do you know Martin Garrix?
I don't think
The
so.
Martin Garrix, he's like an EDM producer in it. And basically, his management contacted us saying, "Listen, you're gonna have to take that image down from your
Yeah.
video because it's too similar to our logo."
What?
So yeah, that was the only like weird time I've had with an image. But other than that, nothing to do with images. Just
Yeah.
copyright strikes for like music and stuff in it.
Yeah.
You had any copyright strikes? You wouldn't. You don't put nothing in your tunes in it.
Do you know what the funniest one is? Yeah. So one time, like I don't use loops like loads, but I used this loop from Splice once, yeah, and I did a tutorial with it, and basically like I made a beat in the tutorial using this loop, and I didn't really fuck with the loop. I just kind of left it as it was, and then the beat that I made, I put it out as a free for profit beat. So someone had downloaded the beat and used it. It was like a German drill rapper or something, and I had this notification on my tutorial channel saying that I've got like a copyright claim, and then I looked on it, and then I saw what loop it was, and I was like, oh fuck, that's that loop splice, that splice loop, sorry. And then I thought, oh, maybe someone else, like, because there's content ID, isn't there? You know, if someone like puts a beat and distributes it through like Spotify and Apple
Yeah,
Music
yeah.
and stuff.
They look through YouTube to see who else has used it, and then
Yeah. So
flag
I
it.
thought it was that, right? So I thought they'd clocked the loop and someone else had made the track, because I didn't click on to see like exactly what song it was. I didn't even know you could do it. And then it got me kind of shook. So it just said I needed to take this clip out of the video. It was one of my earlier videos anyway. So I was like, I'll just delete the clip. And then I thought, wait a minute, like, why do I even need to delete it? Because it's a royalty free loop. And then when I looked into it, what had happened was this guy had downloaded my beat, and because it was a free for profit one, he was just able to use it, and he uploaded it to like Apple Music and Spotify. But then it triggered my tutorial channel. So it was basically a copyright claim on my own beat, but
Oh,
because
yeah.
someone else had used it. So I was like, what? I'd already deleted like the clip from the video and everything. But
You know, imagine my pain, yeah, because I do a lot of sample packs, yeah, like showcasing like cymatic ones and all that kind of stuff.
yeah,
But people, yeah, what they do is they download these royalty-free packs, use them for their own music, and then do the ID thing that you said.
yeah.
And so obviously, I'm getting flagged left, right, and center that I'm using other people's loops, where realistically they've downloaded royalty-free loops and then claimed it for everyone in it, which they shouldn't do. People shouldn't have more about them to know they shouldn't do that. But it's
Yeah.
annoying. I've had loads. I've literally had loads. I've had to dispute.
Do you just dispute them all and then they just get wiped?
Yeah, I've got like a copy and paste thing I use now because it's mostly cymatics
Right.
that I say that this is a part of a royalty free pack. It's in like the public domain. No one individual can use this pack as their own like kind of thing. And yeah, or they get turned over all the time, but it's just annoying. Your heart skips a beat that one when you get that notification. You're like, crap, what's going on here, kind of thing.
Yeah. I feel like they should fix that, but I don't know how they'd distinguish it between that and just people that are actually stealing music. I don't know how they'd separate it.
I contacted Cymatics and asked them if they could put something out to say, listen, to the people that are downloading, could you not do that kind of thing? But
Yeah.
I don't think they wanted to rock the boat with people in it. So
Yeah. That's a tough one, but at least they don't go down as proper strikes. They go down as copyright claims, don't they?
yeah,
And then you can dispute them. So I've
yeah,
had some
but
of them on my beat channel just from using loops or using samples, but I think they don't like it. It doesn't come up as a copyright strike. I think, like, say if I used a sample, I think now the money, like, I don't even monetize on that channel, but if I did, the money would go to the owner of that original sample, I think.
have you had many offers for sponsorships on your tutorial channel?
I've had a few. I get a few people like reaching out saying that they've got this VST that they want me to promote and everything. But I always said that I didn't want to promote something that I wouldn't use myself. So there's been like a couple where I've been like, yeah, it's all right, but I wouldn't really buy it myself. So I don't really want to go and tell everyone to buy it. So it was one of them.
Yeah, if you're not.
The
Yeah,
most
that's
recent
true.
one I did was with that MIDI microphone, and I kind of like the
Yeah.
concept because there's been times where I've been like trying to think of I've thought of a melody and it might take me a minute to like play it on the keys, and then that just kind of simplified it. So something like that, then yeah. But I haven't had loads really. The main ones that I do are through.
I seen that. As soon as seen your sponsorship, I was like, yo, he's gone, yes, man. He's gone. It's mainstream now, man. Unsubscribe. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Now it was a good video though. I like that microphone. To be fair, I seen I think it was Aldre had it as well.
Yeah. He's done one, and Larry O did one as well. Chucky Beats has done one as well. In fact,
Larry was cool. Chucky Beats. I watched one of his videos for time, bro.
have
I
you
just see
not?
his adverts, man. That one advert in it.
He kind of inspired me to get into this stuff because I used to watch his videos because he's quite entertaining to watch. He's got a lot of natural energy, doesn't he? I used to like watching his videos. He kind of inspired me to start a channel. So shout out to Chucky Beats.
Larry O is really good at that Instagram stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, he killed it, didn't he? Just putting out like FL tutorials. They just took off.
You know, I think that's mad. Like people kill it in different on different social medias. Like you can go to someone like Larry O or
Yeah.
like maybe Matty B on Instagram and they're killing it on Instagram, but then like maybe go to one of their other socials and they're not doing that as well as they are in the other one. And it's really hard. I feel like it's really hard maybe to distribute a following over all of them. Do you know what I mean? Like I've been onto someone's TikTok where they've got over 1 million followers on TikTok. I go to their Instagram page, they've got like 5K followers.
Yeah.
Like, it must be hard, isn't it, to cross platform like that?
Because it's so much to manage, isn't it? And I feel like, I don't know, you might as well just, I feel like you might be better off just putting most of your energy into the platform that's working for you. But then at the same time, if that one platform dies off, then you haven't got anywhere else. So
why do you think it's hard to cross platform? And do you think it's just people who are watching just literally cannot be bothered to go onto your other stuff and like and all that kind of stuff? Follow?
yeah, maybe. I don't really know. Maybe like the audience that we've got on YouTube, maybe they mainly come to YouTube for content. Maybe they don't dive into like TikTok as much. So it's a tricky one.
You use TikTok?
I got it like a while ago. I think when lockdown first started, I downloaded it then. That was when I was just trialing different things. Like I was doing like a few maybe remixes on there, or what was it? Just like mini tutorials, like this is how you make a drill beat. It's just like a 15-second clip where I'll be like, this is the drums, this is the hats, this is the melody or whatever.
Yeah.
But they weren't really doing that well. I think I did one video where I made like a beat from the noises that my dog makes. I was recording my dog and she was making some funny noises and I made a full beat out of it. And that one like got a few like 1,000 views or something. But no, I was never really like going hard on it.
TikTok. It's hard with TikTok. Like I tried with TikTok, but I've pretty much like gave up on it now.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know what the algorithm is. I try and put hashtags, not working. I try to replicate like things that are popular with other musicians, don't really work.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I think it's maybe a luck of the draw, and I haven't got the time or energy to keep putting it in to try and get lucky. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right. Like I said, I think like if YouTube's working for us, then maybe we should just put most of our time into YouTube and maybe not worry about the others. I don't know if that's the right way to think though, because then if YouTube one day dies off, what are we going to do?
Yeah. What about live streaming? Do you do much live streaming?
I've thought about it, but I don't feel like I've got the confidence to do live streaming yet. Because
what do you mean? How? Why?
Because I think when I'm making a beat and I'm making these tutorial videos, sometimes I can cook up a beat quick, but sometimes I'm like working on it for 2 hours and then I've got 2 hours of footage to go through. And then I think if I'm live streaming, like are people gonna think, fucking hell, it's taking like 2 hours to make a beat? I see Nick Mira cooking like 10 beats up in 10 minutes. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you know what I worry about with live streams? Because like I'm not like fluent like on the keyboard or anything.
Yeah.
Like you just said, someone might comment say, bloody hell, it's taking this long just to make a chord. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The slander is too much. Do you know what I mean? Like everyone at their own pace, and as long as the end product is fire,
that's true.
Like that should be maybe not enough confidence at the moment. Maybe soon, innit?
Yeah. I think that's why I've started taking up piano lessons. You know, I used to take them like a couple of years ago when I was working. I thought I wanted to get better on keys, so I started some piano lessons. Only just doing like 1 hour a week, and then when I quit my job, I just wanted to cut out all expenses, so I stopped the lessons. But just recently, I've started taking them up again because I do want to get to a point where, like, because I know like a bit of things now. I know how to like build chords and like I understand how scales work, but I can't just like play things fluently, if you know what I mean. So I do want to get to that stage, and then if I can get to that stage where I can just cook up something like quick, then that'll be a good time to get on Twitch, because then it's like you can just make a beat like twice as fast.
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm the same. I know chords. I know what should go with what.
Yeah,
But you know, you see some producers, they turn and just boom, boom,
yeah,
boom, and it's done straight away. And
yeah,
do
yeah,
you know what I mean? Me, I'm trying to like spread my fingers out. Like, okay, this should go with this, and then this should go with this. Do you know what I mean?
yeah. That's it. I've got one boy. Do you know that? I don't know if you saw my beat contest, but the guy I hosted it with, a guy called Nash. When he comes round, he's sick on keys and he can play like bass guitar, everything. And like with me, like he'll watch me clicking notes and stuff, and it's like painful for him to watch. And then
Yeah, yeah.
he'll like he'll just think of a melody and then know how to play it instantly. And I'm like, I'm so jealous of people like that.
Yeah, I think if you got the piano down, yeah, to a T, the rest is a wrap, bro.
Yeah,
Because imagine, yeah, you know all of that fluently. All you have to do is put different sounds on there. So next thing you know, it's a guitar, you know what I mean, strings.
exactly.
It's all just the same keys and chords kind of thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So that's why I started it. Really, it's just gonna take some
Yeah, I
time.
seen your guy. I seen that guy. He's on your story. Playing the piano,
Yeah, yeah,
keyboard.
yeah. That's the one.
Yeah, he's sick. Looks sick.
Yeah. So
What do you think? What
I'm
do you feel about
jealous.
loops, bro? So what do you think about loops? Obviously, there's like a debate. Like, should you always use loops? Should you ever use loops? If you do use loops, should you have to cut them and make them your own, or can you just throw a loop on and a drum pattern? How do you feel?
Do you know what? I'm fine with them. When I was like getting into production properly a few years ago, I didn't want to use them only because I wanted to know how to make them. Like I felt like if I was just using loops all the time, I wouldn't really build up my own skill set and I wouldn't be able to make loops. But at the end of the day, like rappers don't give a fuck about how the beat was made. They just want to hear the finished product. So even if someone like took a loop, then took a drum loop, and then took a couple midis and threw it together, if it sounded sick, then someone's gonna get on it. It's only producers that are
When
negative towards them people, and they're like, "Ah,
Yeah,
this is."
that's what I was gonna say, bro. Like I used to be
Mm,
like that all the time. I used to be like, oh wow, he's just using a leap. Yeah, I used to be quite negative myself.
yeah,
But I seen this video where someone says, well, the average listener does not care if you use a loop.
no,
And rappers and singers definitely don't care if you use the loop. If they use it and it sounds fire, then what's the difference kind of thing?
yeah,
But then I can see it from the producer's point of view where it seems like cheating and it's just cheating. You've not put as much as you could have
yeah,
put
yeah.
into it.
But it's only producers that give a fuck. So are you gonna try impress other
Yeah.
producers, or are you gonna try impress an
Yeah.
artist that wants to get on your beat? That's how I see it.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. It is. I don't know. It is a bit of a grey area at the moment because even now, yeah, like I've seen, like, do you watch them Genius interviews? I think it's a
Yeah, yeah,
Genius where
yeah,
they
yeah.
break
Genius.
down how they made the tune. It says, yeah, this is how I made the tune, and you see him just drag like bare loops, and you're like, oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
that's how you made it. Then.
But if it
But he's
if it
getting
worked, it
paid as
worked.
well, in it. So
Mm, yeah. I'll be honest, I don't use many loops right now, but mainly because I do tutorials. So I don't want to be like just dragging in loops in my tutorials. I want to show people how to make melodies and everything. So it wouldn't make sense for me to not have that skill set. So that's the main reason why I wanted to like just improve my knowledge on keys and everything. And obviously because I put out loop
yeah.
packs too. So I can't be dragging other people's loops into my loop packs.
That's another thing why I couldn't live stream as well. I got a daughter in it, so like she'll be running in, Daddy, can you
Oh
come
dear.
watch me play Fortnite and all this type of stuff? I
Is that what
mean, bare
happens?
like carnage and I was worried about this like podcast, bro. Listen, I had a talk with my daughter in that house. Yeah, I was like, "Yo, listen, I'm gonna do." I didn't. She doesn't know what a podcast is, and she's only 7.
Yeah.
Um, sorry, and I'm like, "Oh, Daddy's gonna do an interview now about music, so you can't come running in and shout and stuff." So I had to give us a
Yeah,
little talk
yeah.
about chilling out in it. So yeah, live streams are a bit weird because that's another thing in it. Because I got a daughter. I don't
Mm,
know. I don't want to introduce her into the whole world of YouTube because you don't know how you're going to take negativity in it. You know, if negativity comes towards your daughter,
yeah.
it's you know what I mean, it's a dark place, and you don't want to introduce her to that world.
Yeah, they can't really understand at that age. Like if something
Yeah,
negative
definitely.
happened, it's a tough one, isn't it? That
Well,
must be
one of the
hard
richest
balancing
YouTubers.
balancing everything with having a daughter as well. Like I couldn't imagine like
Yeah,
doing
it's
all of
sticky,
this
bro.
and looking after someone.
Yeah, it's exhausting. That's what I'm saying. I was saying to my girlfriend yesterday that some people think that like must think I'm more than one guy in it. Like I got a whole
Yeah,
team because I've got things coming out of my ears. Like I've got like this person saying, "Oh, when's this video out? When's this sponsored video out?" Got this person saying, "Have you sent me that beat yet? Have you sorted them stems out? Can you do this? Can you do that?" You know, it's a million things coming out your ears, and you're like, you do feel like you could benefit from having more than one of you, but because there is only one of you, you have to manage your time. And I play a lot of
definitely.
football as well in it, and going
Oh
out with my
dear.
mates and that. And I don't really want to like sacrifice that as well. You know, enjoying your actual your actual life.
Yeah, yeah. Otherwise you'll just get back to that usual state where you're miserable again. Like
Yeah,
being
yeah,
at
exactly.
an old work. So yeah, it's good
Yeah, yeah.
separate. It is good to separate it and have some time. I was good because I like right now. I feel like I do a lot as well, and I don't really like I fucking rarely go out now. Like I used to go out quite a bit, but I rarely do anything now because I'm so like focused on this. I was gonna ask you how you manage your
Yeah.
time. Like, do you have like a certain schedule? Do you wake up and just write a list of things that you need to do and be like, right, I've got 3 things that I need to do. As long as I get them done, I'm cool, and just go through them.
Well, it's changed over the year. Like during lockdown, I used to make a video every 2 days. So I'd
Mm,
get up, I'd make the video, I'd edit the video on the night time. The next day I'd upload the video, and then after that I'd get on to making another video because lockdown was just like you was in the house anyway, kind of thing.
yeah,
But now I have like a certain things that I want to do every day, and if I don't do them, I kind of like I know I get a bit like grumpy in it. Like you know what I mean, you
yeah,
want to get things done because if you don't do them, you feel like you haven't been productive that day, and you've wasted a day. Do you know
yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean? And then I got like a whiteboard here as well behind the camera of my yearly targets. And yeah, I've hit most of them apart from one.
yeah,
And it's good. Like I watched this motivational thing, and it says it's good to write things down because the feeling of ticking them off is like
yeah.
it inspires you to keep doing it. Do you know what I mean?
That's true in fact, because like I do write down my goals, but they're usually long term goals. I need to write down more like achievable goals, if you know what I mean. Just like not like short term
Yeah.
goals, kind of like what you do. Like over the next year, you might want to get to like a certain amount of subscribers or put out a certain amount of beats. But if you know it's something that you can achieve, then once you tick them off, I bet it's a good feeling, isn't it? And that's what's going to lead you to
It,
that
it, it
ultimate goal at the end.
it gives you like a little dopamine effect, like a little
Yeah,
high when you tick them off. I used to do the monthly targets of this many views per month, this many videos per month, and it kind of like it's like a challenge, and you're really
yeah,
competitive with yourself to do it, to finish it, to get it done. Otherwise, you have to stare at that board or that list and think, "Well, I've just failed this month." Then, do you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
It's not good. You don't want that feeling in it.
Do you still do that? Do you still have your monthly targets?
Nah, not anymore. Really, I should probably do it. It's just laziness, to be honest. But
Yeah,
I have like in my head, I have an idea of what I want to do per month.
yeah,
But I should probably write them down more. But yeah,
yeah,
I wish I could upload more videos. Like I've gone from doing one every 2 days to maybe twice a week to maybe once a week.
yeah.
But I feel like the ones that I put out once a week, I can really get down to editing them
Right.
nicely.
You're not in a rush.
Whereas yeah, like rushed ones, I don't. It doesn't. It's not a good feeling. I don't think it's kind of like a panic. Do you know what I mean? Like a big rush around to get it up and gone. And that's when you make mistakes as well. You know how many
Yeah.
videos are on my channel? Yeah, where I've made some mad mistakes where the background music's mad loud, or I haven't cut something out, or
Yeah.
I haven't added something in. Nothing for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah, I've learned that I always have to like go back and watch the full thing before I upload it, because there's been times where I've uploaded it to
Yeah,
YouTube and then before it's gone live, I've just thought I'll watch it now, and then I've clocked something where I've like left a big gap in that I've like meant to cut out, and then be like, shit, I need to go back and render it again and
yeah.
then upload it again.
So long.
Yeah.
Do you think there's certain days where you can upload to get the most from your subscribers or YouTube in general?
I don't know, I haven't thought about it like too much, because I just thought as long as I have like my schedule and I'm consistent with it and everyone knows when they're dropping and when to expect it, then it should be all right. But I don't know, because
What
I've
is your
thought about
schedule?
just
Tuesday and Saturday.
yeah, Tuesdays and Thursdays. I don't even know why it ended up
Thursday.
like that, because it's kind of close together. If anything, I should have
Yeah.
I should spread it out a bit more and maybe have like Tuesdays and Saturdays, and then at least I've got like a day on a weekend. But I think
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
so shook of like fucking with my pattern now. I think, oh, if I like postpone like one video, maybe it's gonna fuck with the algorithm. Or I don't know if that's all in my head, but
Everyone will unsubscribe.
yeah, yeah. If I miss one video, that's everyone gone.
Cancelled, bro.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know. I haven't really tested it
Yeah.
enough to work out if any days are better than others. Have you found that?
It's all up in the air, and like I heard that Sundays and Wednesdays were the best days, so that's what I've
Yeah.
chosen. But to be honest, it's just all up in the air for me at the moment because I used to believe that keywords and descriptions and
Yeah.
titles were key, but now I just see some other producers with some mad titles, like just plain titles with not much detail in there, and they
Yeah.
just pop off, and it like the videos go mad, like, and
Yeah.
some people don't even use keywords in at all. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing in there, and like their videos go off, and I'm like, everything I know is just a lie in it.
Yeah. 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 I don't think there's any like set way. I don't think there's any like set day you should upload, set time, because obviously people are all over the world. So But 7 p.m. somewhere isn't going to be 7 p.m. somewhere
What's
else.
like the craziest country that like people that follow you?
Oh man, they come from all over. Do you know what? I have a lot of Indian followers. I think like music
Yeah,
production's
same.
like growing sick over there. Some sick producers as well. When I held that beat contest, there were some Indian producers that sent me some stuff, and it was like sick. There was one guy, I
Yeah.
think he's from India. I need to double check, but he sent me a sick beat, and I ended up putting it on my beat tape as well. So yeah, I just wasn't expecting it. I didn't know like hip hop scene was like growing over there.
I've got loads of
Africa as
Indian
well.
ones as well, to be fair.
Yeah,
Yeah, Africa's good as well.
yeah.
Yeah, Indian ones. It's actually speaking to them, and you think like obviously when you speak to someone, you don't know where they're from, and then you just like in my chat on my premieres, I said, "Oh, where's everyone from?" And you're like, you get a lot of Indian, and you're like, you had no idea.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy because I can see it from when people download like my free packs when I go on Shopify, and I just look down all the countries, and I'm like, "Oh, this is crazy." It's literally people
Do you
from
watch
all over the
jokes
world.
though? Do you watch jokes? These Indian guys, yeah, are more supportive than flipping people in my own city, ain't it?
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Crazy, yeah.
It's always some kid in some like random place that will support everything that you do and drop comments everywhere. But the people that you actually know that are close to you, they don't really show love. It's mad.
It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, I find it weird, but shout out to them Indian people that are showing love. Yeah, it's all love. But yeah, man, we've been going on for a while. We could probably chat all day about music, but we should probably like start to wrap it up. But I'll just ask you, is there anything that you're working on at the moment? Anything? Obviously, we've got our free kit that's dropping. So for anyone that's listening, then we're dropping. When we're aiming to drop that, by the way, because I'm putting out
Next weekend.
Yeah, next weekend's cool. I've decided to like I've dropped like a little teaser of the drum kit today, and then I'm going to release the full one on Tuesday, and then should we aim to drop ours on like next weekend then?
Yeah, like I was thinking, like you drop your video on Saturday, I'll drop my video on Sunday, innit?
Yeah, let's do that then. Was there any other anything else that you're working on right now?
Yeah, just working on a few things with this local rapper called Leo Casio. That should be quite good.
Yeah,
he's a really talented guy. He does like that emo trap type of vibe, you know, like Post Malone. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
He does that kind of thing. But yeah, just YouTube really. Like that's my main focus at the moment. I'm trying to get that 50K before Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm doing a big giveaway, giving away some MIDI keyboards and that. But
what
yeah, man.
You want like 45 or is it
44,000? But yeah, gonna get that half plaque in it. Wait for you.
I feel like
you get your plaque.
I feel like you should get a plaque at 50K because that's not easy, man. That's hard. Like 50K is a lot of people when you think about it. You should get something from YouTube. Do you get any bonus features from YouTube? I know they start to add. I think you've got merch on yours already, don't you? Because they introduce like a merch feature, don't they?
Is that the music note?
Say that again.
You're on about the
YouTube
the join button. Yeah. Oh no, the merch. That's the merch is through Teesprings. I think anyone can do that, you know.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, but there's this join button that you can get at 30,000. Basically, people can become channel members.
Right.
And like you can post to them specifically to them and give them certain features and things like that. But I don't really do that, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I got this like music note on my name. I think anyone can do that as well. That's quite cool. I want that tick I do, bro.
How do you get a tick on YouTube? Is it at 100K?
Yeah, man, 100K in it.
Yeah, it is so weird that having a tick somewhere now just puts so much status on your name. Like if you've got a tick on Instagram, people will listen to you. Like if you could DM anyone with, like if you had a tick on your Instagram name and then you DM someone, they're more likely to open it and like work with you. Like say if you messaged a rapper that you want to work with and they saw a blue tick on your name, they'd be like, yo, this guy's someone, let me see what he's got.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's
and
weird,
you pop up at the top of the comments as well. On all of the comments, all the blue ticks pop up at the top, innit?
Yeah. Is that on YouTube as well?
I think so, yeah. Like when you scroll down, some people's channels just like loads of ticks, so can't be a coincidence, can it?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's crazy. But it's just this weird status thing.
I do want that 100K plaque though, to be fair. I'm not gonna lie. There's only a certain things that I want that's like, you know, like superficial kind of thing like that. But the tick would be nice, the plaque would be nice. You know, just growing up in YouTube, like and seeing all these plaques and that, it's just something nice to have, yeah.
Yeah. It's like it'll be a proud moment as well, like starting a channel from scratch, building a following of 100,000 people. It'll be a crazy feeling. And plus it'll look sick in your videos, you know, and it's just like just behind you on the wall. Yeah. Don't you get a gold
if you get yours before me though, if you get yours before me. We're gonna have to share it. You know, like you can have it on you have it on weekends, innit?
All right, we could do that. There's no chance that's happening, man. You'll be there soon, bro. You're almost halfway there.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna get that half plat behind me. Innit?
I'll send you a little printout.
I don't make promises, bro.
I'll sign it, everything.
I want to hold you to that, you know.
All right, bro. Well, yo, I'll end the podcast now, isn't it? But I appreciate you coming on the show. Hopefully people start tuning into this, and yeah, just let people know where they can find you as well. Is it just Dixon Beats on everything?
Yeah, man. / Dixon Beats on everything. Literally everything. And yeah, man, big up Cactus, man. You're fucking killing it, bro. Absolutely smashing it.
Respect, bro. Well, yo,
Well,
everyone,
we've got the podcast, man.
Yeah, we've got the free kit dropping soon, everyone. So stay tuned for that. I'll see you next time.